go, everybody. Bring it up, bring it up. If you don't want it, somebody else got to come in here and take it, okay? You got to want it. You want to be dominant. If you don't want it, somebody else is going to come in and take somebody's spot. Who will? Oh, yes, baby. Oh, yes, baby. This is Holmen. This is Holmen. Who's going to step up? Step up.
All right, it's game day. You only got one job to do. That's win. That means you stay focused for 4 quarters. Know your assignments and finish on every play. Don't be looking for shortcuts, and don't even think about making excuses. Because if you want the W, you're going to have to earn it.
Here's Martinez to the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Vikings.
Great play set up by Tyler Anderson.
Passes right over to Rooney. He'll be very close to a first down and puts it over the goal line for a touchdown.
What a huge play by big Greg Rooney using the 6'5" frame.
Mitchell pitches it, gets it to Heather. Heather tries to get in the end zone. He does. He goes right through a tackle and a touchdown. Murphy goes right through everyone still on his feet. Around the end, he could go all the way. One man to beat to the 10. Touchdown. Lamont Murphy took it to the house.
Welcome to D2 Level 2 WIAA High School Football Playoffs on the Coulee Region Sports Network. Tonight, it's a rematch between 2 Mississippi Valley Conference rivals as the undefeated Holmen Vikings do battle with the Central Red Raiders for the right to make it to Level 3. Tonight's game is presented to you by Coulee Bank, bank with confidence. Jones Construction, call Phil for an estimate on your home improvement project, 608-386-8292. Builders Flooring, flooring experts so you don't have to be. Smokey's Bar and Grill in Holmen, home of the $3 Monster Mug. And Culligan of La Crosse, better water, pure and simple. Playoff football on CRSN is also delivered in part by Thrive Health Center, helping men and women in the Coulee region achieve optimal health. Vision Therapy Academy, better vision, better future. Howie's on La Crosse, your ultimate sports viewing venue. Walmart of Onalaska, save money, live better. And Buffalo Wild Wings, grill and bar in Onalaska, wings, beer, sports. And by Radio 1 Broadcast School, online at radio1school.com. Cordell's Standard of Excellence, automotive repair and 24-hour towing, 608-526-9211. The Mob Stop, it's not Chicago style if it's not Vienna beef. Festival Foods in Holmen, great stuff for not a lot of money. State Farm Insurance, Carrie Bandel Agency of Onalaska. Lloyd's Speed Stop Pizza, grab a slice today. G&K Services, providing a reflection of your brand. That's serious business. Music Mix of La Crosse, entertainment specialists, 800-765-6499. Family Vision Center, where the health of your eyes comes first. And Absolute Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their absolute priority. Now, here with the call from Roger Herring Stadium at Veterans Memorial Sports Complex on the beautiful campus of the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, Rick Franke and Scotty Gran.
Good evening, football fans, and welcome to this D2 Level 2 battle between 2 teams that have already played each other once this season. We had that game right here on the Coulee Region Sports Network as the 10-0 Holmen Vikings come in undefeated against the 8-2 Central Red Raiders. It's going to be a great one tonight, Scotty. We're so glad we've got the perch here from the beautiful stadium, Roger Herring Stadium, Veterans Memorial Sports Complex. We'll have Tiana Vanderheide down on the field doing field reporting and giving us kind of her perspective as the fans continue to file in. Boy, they're filling up these bleachers pretty strong.
Yeah, and I tell you, there's a lot of maroon and white down there. I see a big Holmen contingent here tonight to see their 10-0, ranked 10th in Division II Holmen Vikings here tonight. And, you know, Rick, we'll talk about a lot of things, but Holmen's defense has been very impressive this season.
Without question, here's the tale of the tape. Holmen won the Week 4 matchup when both teams went into the game undefeated at 3-0. Now, Central had a 14-7 lead late in the first half. Holmen tied at 14-14 on a Greg Rooney 9-yard touchdown reception. And then Lamont Murphy went out with cramps on the tackle of Greg Rooney there and didn't see see much of him after that.
Yeah, it changed the dynamic of the whole game because really Central was able to really run the football pretty well against a Holmen defense that wasn't really giving up a lot of offense, period, to anyone. And so far this season, of every game we've seen against the Vikings, I would have to say, as far as running the football goes, Central probably had the most success.
Yeah, Holmen rattled off 19 more points in the second half, 26 unanswered for that 33-14 win. Now Central went down 7-0 last week to Fort Atkinson, but then it was the Lamont Murphy show. He was getting it done, rattling off a 60-yard touchdown run, an 18-yarder, a 47-yarder, and a 6-yarder. 4 TDs in the game, 25 carries, 295 yards.
Getting to the house, he was renting property on a Monopoly board for about 3 years the way he was running. And I tell you, Fort Atkinson didn't have an answer for Central's ground game as they, Fort Atkinson had those 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, made it interesting. $1:39 left, though. What did Central do? They ran the football, run down the clock, and you can call it there. And then you go to Holmen, Rick, and how about that game, against Wanakee, 27-21. And really, Holmen's defense took advantage of a Wanakee team that was down their starting quarterback. Alex Helt comes in, throws 3 picks, and one of them, actually 2 of them, to I think the best corner tandem in this area. And Dylan Martinez and Chris Magnuson, those guys are probably the best corner tandem I've seen in the Coulee region by far this season.
Not only was Martinez big in terms of the defense, he was also huge with a 65-yard touchdown reception and a 22-yard touchdown run. Now, he didn't run the football a lot. He wasn't in on a lot of plays. But, yes, Mitchell Dinger pounded the football, pounded the rock all day long, and compiled some pretty good numbers, 35 carries for 135 yards. Now, the average just 3.9, but if you can continue to get that consistency out of a back throughout the game, I think it was a key reason why the Holmen Vikings were able to fend off Wanakee in a very close game.
Yeah, I think that's big again tonight against Central, who's honestly, Fort Atkinson, a lot of people probably consider them the favorite in that game. Central came out and played very well, and I tell you, this is a good matchup tonight. You look at the tail of the tape, and who's Holmen going to run tonight? Is it going to be Dinger? Is it going to be the freshman Wilson, who's been kind of taking some carries lately away? And there's a lot of different dynamics here that Steve King's probably going to use tonight to confuse Central, as Tony Service knows this Viking team very well on the other side. So makes this very interesting, Rick, to see what's going to happen here tonight.
It's going to be a triple option fest. There's no question about that. Here at Roger Herring Stadium, Veterans Memorial Sports Complex.
Intended.
Holmen and Central, the last 10 meetings, they are 500. 5-5 in the last 10. Holmen, though, has won the last 3 of 4, Scotty.
Yeah, and you got to look at that defense. I'm so impressed with what they have, Rick. I got to watch some footage of some other teams in the state in the playoffs, and I have to say, Holmen's defense in this division ranks among the best, if not the best, in Division 2. Another matchup we're watching closely tonight, Oshkosh North and DeForest. I would have to say DeForest is right up there with Holmen's defense, and I tell you, I am so impressed with every level. You got Hauser, you got Rooney, Noah Risch, and I talked about Magnuson and Martinez. That corner tandem is so lethal. Mitchell Johnson's going to have to be very careful with the football tonight with those 2 out there.
We will have more of your State Farm Insurance, Carrie Bandel Agency of Onalaska pregame show coming up. We'll also check in with Tiana Vanderhei, who is down on the field. That all coming up in just a little bit here on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
Cleaning hard water spots takes time and effort. Be sure your water softener is working properly. Your Culligan man can make sure any brand water softener is working by performing a 10-point inspection. For this special offer, call and say, "Hey, Culligan man."
If the world's getting smaller these days, then why do you still search and search for your ATM? Because every time you want your money, another bank's ATM eats some of it. Introducing Kasasa, where you get refunds on ATM fees and other rewards like cash, just for using your free checking account. Make any ATM your ATM. Kasasa, carried locally at Coulee Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
You know that one's yours, right? They've each had 8, you 7. Is it because you're a slower eater or not man enough to claim what's rightfully yours? First it's a wing, then it's your seat at the table. So tell me, are you a little baby boy? Or are you a big, strong man?
I'm a big, strong man.
Okay. Grab a seat. The game is on.
Buffalo Wild Wings, Wings Beer Sports.
Even a high-efficiency dishwasher can't remove spots from your glasses if you have hard water, but a Culligan high-efficiency water softener can. It saves you up to 46% on operating costs. For this special offer, call and say, "Hey, Culligan Man."
Welcome back to the State Farm Insurance Carrie Bandel Agency of Onalaska pregame show. Here's Rick, Scotty, and Tiana.
Welcome back to the State Farm Insurance Carrie Bandel Agency of Onalaska pregame show. Rick Frankie, Scotty Grant, and joining us now from the field is Tiana Vanderheide. Tiana, you hear us down there?
I can. Can you hear me? It's quite loud.
I know. You're right next to the, I think they got the Holmen band down there and the Central band kind of doing a battle of the bands thing here, right?
They are. There was some cheering when they came down. They were walking.
Are they playing
right
Sad But True yet? I want to hear Sad But True.
Oh, you want me to ask them for a request line?
Yeah, let's do that.
I would highly suggest not interrupting the band right now. Don't listen to Scotty, Tiana.
Most people don't. It's okay.
So you get a good perspective looking up into the stands here, Tiana. What does the mood seem to be? I mean, obvious excitement, but it looks like it's filling in pretty good.
Absolutely. The stands are full. There's some holes towards the top, but for the most part, it's pretty packed. And I'd say Holmen has a lot of energy right now compared to Central. They need to bump it up there, but it will definitely be a battle between these two.
We are looking forward to it. We'll be checking in with you from time to time. Thank you very much. Scotty, this is going to be a great battle between these two teams. You know it. It was a very solid game through the first half of the last meeting. It'll be interesting to see if Central gets off with that big start like they've done. They have outscored their opponents in the first half 233-63, but then in the second half, Scotty, 111-104. So some numbers there that are kind of pointing to the fact that they get off to a good start and are able to hold on just enough to win games. They won 8 out of 10. But they did lose that game in the second half against Holmen when they met the first time.
And see, I really don't think they need to do that against Holmen. I think they need to pace themselves a little bit because Holmen this season, they averaged 34 points a game, their opponent's 6. I mean, that's what you're looking at.
Those numbers are incredible.
Yeah, and Holmen's defense has been so dominant all season. Central, though, put up some pretty good offensive numbers against them last time. I really think Central just has to really maintain their composure and not get the turnover bugaboo that they do in the third quarter. If you look at those third quarter statistics, it's pretty rough. And the reason why that they're getting outscored so badly in the third quarter, that's where they turn over the ball the most. They're probably a -5, if I check my stats correctly, in the third quarter as far as their turnovers go, and you can't win football games that way. Tony Service's coaching staff knows that. Central's really going to have to be careful with the football tonight, and again, Mitchell Johnson has to pick the time when he's going to throw the pass. He's got to really mix it up a little bit. That offensive coaching staff's going to really have to look at the formations defensively Holmen's running and really just run some options or counters, whatever they have to do to kind of get them off their game to set up the pass.
We're going to take another quick break here, and we'll be back with the kickoff from Roger and Herring Stadium, Veterans Memorial Sports Complex. This is D2 Level 2 High School Football Playoffs on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
Cordell Standard of Excellence is a AAA-approved auto repair facility providing high-quality automotive repair and maintenance services. They are a full-service center, and the shop is staffed with talented ASE-certified and master technicians. Cordell's offers rental cars through Hertz, as well as rides to and from work or home. Cordell's offers a quick lane for oil changes with a 30-point inspection starting at just $24.95. Cordell's also offers 24-hour towing and roadside assistance for your convenience. Sometimes the unexpected happens, and when it does, we remind you, when your car goes to call Cordell.
Smokey's Bar and Grill in Holmen is the place to be any day of the week with great food and drinks, dynamic atmosphere, and awesome entertainment. Visit Nora at Smokey's and take advantage of their great food and lunch specials. You have to try Smokey's Taco Tuesday. It's a can't miss all day and night. Show your Holmen pride and represent with Viking colors, and your second drink is free. Enjoy a monster mug for Badgers on Saturday and Packer games on Sunday. Smokey's on 112 Mill Street in Holmen. It's your place, no matter where you're from.
Hi, this is Mike, and I'm with Scott the Culligan Man. And Scott, I have a friend who has a dishwasher that's 16 years old. It looks brand new.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, and she's had Culligan conditioned water in her house since they built it. You know, if your dishwasher's not working like you think it should, it's probably your water. Give us a call. We'll come out and test it and tell you for sure.
Take them up on their $10 a month, 6-month home trial, limited time offer.
Hey, Culligan Man. Culligan, better water, pure and simple.
Rick and Scotty from Roger Herring Stadium, Veterans Memorial Sports Complex. The Holmen Vikings have taken the field. Central lined up. Soon we'll have our national anthem. I hear our public address announcer getting things going here. So we will be brief here before that starts, and it'll be the kickoff to this game. And again, they're playing to advance to level 3. We'll send it to the field now for the public address announcer.
Between the Holmen Vikings and your La Crosse Central Red Raiders. The Mississippi Valley Conference promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. We hope you enjoy tonight's game. At this time, if you would please stand, remove your hats, and join the combined Central and Holmen bands as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
You can hear that these stands are filled, and what a nice job on the national anthem from both bands combined.
Yeah, no kidding.
The Central Marching Band and the Holmen Marching Band. You gotta like that. Now it's time to go to war, though. Now it's football. It's going to be a battle out on the field. And the Central Red Raiders hoping to get off to that good start they've done pretty much throughout every game this season. They did go down 7-0 though against Fort Atkinson last week, but they put up points immediately after that.
Yeah, and you know, they just stuck to what worked, and it's running the football with Lamont Murphy. They didn't get cute with anything. They just got to let him go and predicated some play action off of it to get some passing plays down the field.
Predicated,
yeah,
that,
you know,
and you're bringing out the A game tonight, aren't you?
Don't I normally? Anyways, that's all right. Not for hockey games, I guess. Yeah, I guess. But you kind of look at this, Rick, and you look at all the things that could happen here tonight as the winner of this game plays the winner of Oshkosh North and DeForest. Now, Holmen does have a chance for a home game, Rick, and it's very possible that DeForest could knock off the undefeated Oshkosh North team here, as DeForest also has a very, very good defense. You could see two of the best defenses in the state if that were to happen.
They throttled Watertown last week.
Yes, they did.
47-14, and Oshkosh North
had
played
a tough
in a very
time.
Tight game against Slinger. I don't even know where that is.
Yeah,
they were the 8th seed.
I was really surprised by that because Oshkosh North has been running through opponents all year, but they've been kind of nicked up recently, so we'll have to see what happens. DeForest is playing their A game right now. They might be the dark horse in this bracket.
Obviously hoping the best of luck for Logan tonight as they are taking on Reedsburg at Reedsburg, so we wish them the best of luck.
Black River Falls taking on Ellsworth at Black River Falls tonight, Rick. And look at Division 5, and you know, our best of luck to the Arcadia Raiders. They take on Stratford. That's going to be a tough football game for them, even though they're a 1 seed. That's at Stratford tonight. Amherst and Westby at Viroqua tonight. Division 6, Iowa Grant at Brookwood tonight. Division 7, DeSoto taking on Blackhawk, the juggernaut that is Blackhawk, in Blackhawk tonight. North Crawford at Potosi, and then Loyal taking on New Lisbon tonight. So good luck to all the area football teams in their playoff runs this evening.
Level 2 playoffs, those are the games happening, and we're about ready to kick things off. Holmen will be kicking to the Central Red Raiders in their white jerseys and black pants. Holmen in the all maroon, and we're underway. An end-over-end kick fielded at the 15. And it's going to be Thornton getting through one tackle and finally being brought down at the 34-yard line. Decent field position to start here for the Central Red Raiders.
Yeah, if Jordan Brown doesn't make that tackle, Thornton's got open field in front of him. Good tackle by number 5 on the special teams, but a pretty good wedge set up there by Central. So let's see. They look like they're a little fired up. Let's see if their offense can keep that momentum here.
It'll be Mitchell Johnson-Martin under center again for the Red Raiders, and obviously put up some pretty good numbers this year in terms of combined yardage. Not a lot in the air. He was 54% effective, 516 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, but on the ground, 473 yards and 8 TDs. The 3-4 defense for the Holmen Vikings. Thornton in motion. And the first give is going to be up the middle, and the Holmen Vikings snuff it after a 2-yard pickup. We'll get you a ball carrier here in a moment. 3 tacklers in the play. It was Lamont Murphy with the first carry of this contest.
Yeah, Hunter Hauser, I mean, I tell you, that guy at the point of attack, it's tough to move at 320, and that time ran right into him, did Lamont Murphy. And a little bit of help on the backside by Dylan Shockey.
So it'll be 2nd down and 7. They give him 3 on the carry for Murphy. You'll probably see a lot of Lamont here early on, see if he can get that space. Then you'll watch Mitchell Johnson-Martin try to carry the football as well. Here's another give to Murphy. He'll get ahead for 2 more up to the 40 before he's shut down. A tackle made there by Michael Wogan.
Yeah, Wogan in on the attack, and Shockey again. Shockey doing a good job holding his gap responsibility on that run. He didn't overcommit that time, and Murphy didn't have a cutback lane to go to.
3rd down and a long 4, short 5 for the Central Red Raiders. The first series of this contest. Clock ticking to 10:45 left here. There is no score if you're just joining us here on the Coulee Region Sports Network. And this time it's right side. Thornton with space. Across the 50, to the 40, to the 30. Finally driven down at the 20-yard line. He picks up a big chunk of change. It's like about 48 yards on the carry.
Yeah, Thornton that time. That was a great play call by Central's coaching staff as keying in on Lamont Murphy, the Holmen Viking defense, and then just give a nice little counter toss over to, or a counter handoff, I should say, to Thornton, who had tons of running room, and there was the speed of Dylan Martinez saving a touchdown.
So a nice run. Ben Thornton with a couple carries here after returning the kick. Then he busts that one open, and now Central at the 19 of the Holmen Vikings. Murphy, he gets driven back for a loss. Look at the tackle by Wogan again. He was the first one in. Followed up right behind him was Dylan Shockey.
That's a great answer off of a big play by this Viking defense. They don't give up big plays very often, and sometimes the psyche can be a little thin, but good job that time by Wogan to come through and make a big play.
5-yard loss, so a tackle for loss for Michael Wogan. Makes a big stop. That's 2 tackles now for Wogan. And it'll be 2nd down and 15 here for the Red Raiders from the Holmen 24. Let's see which direction this option will go to this time. Here comes Mitchell Johnson-Martin. He is wrapped but not tackled down. He gets inside the 20 to the 19, the original line of scrimmage. So a lot of running for a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, Johnson-Martin that time doing a good job just getting back to the line of scrimmage, Rick, like you said. And I tell you, that was a good job by Greg Rooney on the opposite side. This Holmen defense, they don't overcommit, that's for sure. They stay in their lanes. They understand this option offense. They've scouted it very well, obviously. And I tell you, the one thing to do in the option offense that's wrong, if you overcommit, you might as well say 7 points on the board.
6-yard pickup there for Mitchell Johnson-Martin. 3rd down and 9 here for the Central Red Raiders. And the give is near side this time, and Holmen swallows it up.
Shockey with the shocker. Literally on the tackle, Rick. That was just a blast.
Absolutely stuck him on that play. And it's now 4th down and almost 10 yards. We'll call it 9 on the scoreboard, but it's decision time here. Which way are you going to go?
I think they got to go for it, really. They don't have a special teams presence. We talked about that, Rick. Their kicking game not the greatest, and they may have to go for it here.
Brent Kapoff has been pretty good as of late, though. 10 of 13 in extra points. It started out brutal for the Red Raiders here at the start of the season. Motion. is Thornton to the far side. Two receivers split. Johnson Martin rolls, then cuts back in the pocket, still on his feet, runs through a tackle, and then eventually brought down at the 11-yard line short. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Holmen going to get their first possession of the game. He tried to make it happen when he didn't see anybody open. He tried to pull it back and take it upfield and didn't get enough for it.
Good job by Holmen's defense, too, on the coverage, as at the last second, Lamont Murphy broke out on what was going to be maybe one of those nice little swing passes that Central likes to run to their backs, and Greg Rooney doing a good job of reading that and picking it up on the outside, so Johnson Martin really had nobody to go to that time.
Scoreless here with 7:49 left in the first quarter. It's now Holmen football. It'll be their first series. And under center, Tyler Anderson. Combined yardage for him this season and touchdowns outstanding. First, though, run is right up the middle, and Central gets it stopped instantly, and they say it was a fumble and recovered by the Red Raiders. A turnover to start things out. Handoff was right up the middle, and a huge turnover for Holmen. Central's ball. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 13.
Yeah, it looked like Anderson had trouble getting it, I think it was to Dinger on the handoff, and I don't know if he just lost the handle. It was hard to see from here what happened, but instantly Central clamoring that they had the football, and sure enough, huge turnover by the Vikings here early.
With that triple option, and they give up the middle. It's all about trickery and,
after that
hiding the
stop,
football.
too.
And boy, that was an unfortunate incident for Holmen, but here's Central's football, and it's going to be Max Heather being wrapped up hard behind the line of scrimmage. Kyle Coble with the tackle, and he got in there quickly.
Yeah, Coble's been an impressive sophomore safety all season for the Vikings, and he flashed a little bit in a couple games that we did this season, Rick, from that strong safety spot. Came up, knew his responsibility, and just keyed in on the back that time. It's almost like that Holmen knew exactly what Central was running on that option toss.
23 tackles on the season. That's his first tackle for loss coming in a big situation here. 2nd down and 16 for Central. The football at the 19. Here's Mitchell Johnson Martin running to the far side. And that's going to be tipped by Rooney and knocked out of bounds. Oh, Rooney wanted that one desperately.
Lucky it was tipped because 27 creeped up from that cover 2, and he saw Johnson Martin trying to hit, I believe, in the corner of the end zone. It was Alex Hayden, and I tell you, Dylan Martinez was on him like he lost his blanket or something.
So Rooney was looking for his 5th interception of the season, but just went off the hands. 6:55 left here in the first quarter. It's 3rd down and 16 for Central from the Holmen 19-yard line.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see a wide receiver screen here, Rick.
Scoreless game. And Johnson Martin gives that one right side. And the Vikings swallow it up. I believe that was Lamont Murphy on the carry. And another nice job is 3 tacklers in. Hunter Hauser, one of them.
Yeah, somebody tell Hunter Hauser that the all-you-can-eat fish fry is over at the local locations, because he just broke right through, and that was just too easy for 74. Here's another big decision. Do they kick it or do they go for it? And it looks like they're going to go for it here, Rick. That really tells you about the kicking game of Central. Maybe they don't have the confidence and cop-off that we thought that they had going into this one.
So 4th down and 14, and Johnson Martin going to be under center. He's got Lamont Murphy directly behind. Thornton goes in motion. Johnson Martin rolling left. He'll toss it towards the end zone to the corner, and they go up for it and knocked away. A great play on defense by Ross Kinderman. He went up there and knocked that ball away from the intended receiver, and it'll be a turnover on downs again, so that Holmen defense is coming up big.
Yeah, I tell you, that just gives more life to the Holmen offense possibly after a big mistake. And I tell you, the strength of your team, when it's your defense, you know what they say, defense wins what? Championships. We'll have to see what happens as this continues, but that's a couple big stands by this Holmen Viking defense.
Defense, the lifeblood of this Holmen Vikings team. Now they need to move the football down the field if they want to put some points on the board. You can stop them all day, but you got to hit Pater to win football games. And it's a cutback there by the quarterback, Tyler Anderson. He's going to get ahead for a couple. In on the stop for the Red Raiders, Jalen Mathis. Will say his name a lot.
Yeah, Mathis is a very good linebacker, but good read by Tyler Anderson that time, as the quick hitch wasn't there to Rooney, and he just took off with it.
So pickup of 2 for the quarterback, Tyler Anderson. And it'll be 2nd down and 8. Ball just shy of the 20-yard line. Holmen's own 20. They're packed in tight right now.
Yeah, a little bit of a different look here for Holmen.
And they're going to go to the left side with it this time and get ahead for 3 or 4. And the ball carrier was Mitchell Dinger. And that, I believe, his 2nd carry of the game. He lost the football in that initial carry in the very first play from scrimmage. So 3rd down and 4 now after the Dinger pickup. And again, they're just packed in tight together. Looking to power it behind big Hunter Hauser, I bet. There's the snap, and it's given left side. Going to be very close, but just shy. Dinger was tripped up from behind and came across the 25 to the 26. Going to be a yard short.
Yeah, good job that time. I believe on the tackle for Central was Clay Gale, who came up on the backside and took the legs out from Dinger, who had a pretty decent-sized hole. Now Holmen's got a punt.
So Greg Rooney back to take the snap, and he'll get a foot on it. He's done a good job in special teams. Drop there at the 37. Ball loose, picked up by the Red Raiders. Now it's Thornton running to the near sideline. He'll be chased and not brought down. Gets yardage down the near sideline and eventually knocked out of bounds across the 45. Should come back. Wogan with the stop, knocking Thornton out of bounds to the near side.
Yeah, good intangibles there by Thornton, just getting the ball and pick it up and run with it and get a couple of yards. But like you said, Rick, with the laundry on the field, looks like we're going to have a block in the back here on the Red Raiders.
So they'll move that football backwards. Glad you could be with us on the Coulee Region Sports Network tonight. Hello to the good people over at Smokey's Bar and Grill in Holmen, up on the big screen there. Hello to you. Hope you're enjoying yourself. I know you are, because you're sitting at Smokey's and you're enjoying maybe an adult libation or two and probably some good food as well.
I know I would be if I was there right now, especially at a game like this with a lot on the line. And I tell you, both these teams have a really good chance of, even after this week, maybe advancing further, depending on who wins. This bracket's shaking out pretty good for both sides.
So they bring the ball back to the 29-yard line. That's where the Red Raiders will start out this drive, and this their 3rd of the football game. And up the middle it goes. Looks like a pickup of 4 as Lamont Murphy will have his longest carry of the game, Scotty. They've done a good job stopping him up the middle.
And really, I don't understand the strategy here for Central. They keep running at that left side, right at Hauser and right at Lasik and Risch in that area. And really, that's kind of the beef of the defense. And I'm surprised they're not going a little bit more to the right side where you got some smaller defenders to maybe take advantage of.
So it'll be 2nd down and 6 for Central from the 33. Almost looked like Johnson Martin was calling an audible there. He's going to take it himself and get stopped short of the 1st down up to the 38-yard line and then driven back, Scotty.
Yeah, Chuck Saraskis on the hit, and big boy can move. I tell you, that's the one thing about Holmen. These big guys that they have up front, they got quick feet. They really they know their gap responsibilities, and I tell you, he came in with a great play.
Saraskis had an outstanding season.
Getting noticed by some colleges around the state too, Rick. Might see him suiting up for a college football team after his senior season. He's only a junior this year.
3rd down and 2. Central at the 38, their own 38-yard line. Here's Mitchell Johnson Martin cutting back, gets the 1st down, and it'll move the sticks as he did that all on his own.
That was a great run by Johnson Martin as Hunter Hauser came in, disrupted the play initially, and then around that side, you talk about how Wogan's played so far, and he had that responsibility. Looked like he had Johnson Martin bottled up, but nice little stutter step to the inside. Thought Dancing with the Stars was on Monday nights.
Up at the 42 now, 1st and 10, move the sticks, 2:29 and counting.
No, I don't watch it.
Here in the 1st quarter, we are scoreless, lots of defense. And this time they give to Heather, I believe, and he's going to be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. He had nowhere to go, and Wogan in on the stop again, along with a name we've mentioned countless times already, Dylan Shockey.
Yeah, and a great read by Wogan that time as, Central tried that little trick play that they tried earlier with going with the trap and then going opposite side with the counter with Heather on the left side, and no dice that time.
So 2nd down and 8 here for the Red Raiders. They have picked up a couple of first downs in this contest in the first quarter. They were knocking at the door but couldn't get in on Holmen. Here's Mitchell Johnson Martin again running to the far side. Rooney chasing him with aggressive speed. Knocks him out of bounds at the 49 and a flag back at the 36.
A good job by Johnson Martin, though, to recognize the play was busted and take it on his own accord. Showing some good speed right there to the outside.
Impressive speed by Greg Rooney, though, for his size, catching up to him from behind.
Defensive holding here on the Vikings.
And so with a game like this, with two teams so close to each other, you're going to hear cheers for both sides here. This is, it's kind of hard to really call it a home game, eh?
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, indeed. I mean, this is a great crowd here tonight, great atmosphere, and I tell you, it's nice to be here this evening.
So it is going to go against the Holmen Vikings. And that will move it into Holmen territory.
Oh.
34-yard line.
Personal foul,
it has to be a personal foul.
Looked like I thought they called defensive holding.
Well, that wouldn't move it all the way to the 34.
Yeah, no doubt it would have been a 5-yarder, an automatic first down, but.
So good field position now from the 34 of Holmen. And Johnson Martin looking downfield, intercepted at the 13-yard line. Dylan Martinez coming up huge.
I tell you, and I really watched a lot of things this week, and Martinez and Magnuson are so good in man-to-man coverage, and that time Martinez just used his recovery speed. He baited Johnson into that as he kind of laid off and did the old Deion Sanders, oh, you didn't get me, come on back and get that ball using the speed.
A nice play by Martinez, and you become accustomed of it if you're a Holmen Viking fan. He's been big and made big plays. He has the variety based on his average per carry, whether it be receiving or rushing, to get the job done with the big play.
Yeah, I just want to tell Jerry Jones, no way Deion Sanders could cover Megatron. Just saying. I know he ain't listening, but that's what it is.
Anderson will take it himself, right side. He'll get forward for 6, almost up to the 20-yard line. And that was Alex Hayden with a tackle.
Yeah, good block by Ryan Hesselberg on the outside to set that up. Now let's see if the big bodies of the Holmen Viking offensive line can make an impact here. As you look at the tail of the tape up front, Rick, and you can see Holmen definitely outweighs Central up front. That's one of their biggest areas of advantage here.
About a minute left here in the first quarter. Again, they're packed tight. And it's going to be Anderson again with the quarterback keeper. He gets tripped up at the far side and goes down after a couple of yards.
Yeah, Magnuson that time going out on the toss sweep. I thought they were going to try and pitch it to him, but nice play on the outside that time by Central's defense to contain that possible toss.
So ball at the 21 now. 3rd down and a couple. Holmen is yet to pick up a first down, so the Central defense has been equal to the task. And the give is left side, and it's not going to be enough, I don't believe. The Central Red Raiders have stopped Holmen's rushing game up the middle again.
Yeah, and Holmen really using a different look here with their offense tonight, how closely packed they are within that area. And, you know, Rick, really with an offense like that, it's going to be hard for them to throw the ball. I don't know if they're going to maybe spread that out at some point, give some different looks, but it's not going to give Anderson a lot of time if he wants to throw, a lot of time at all to make a decision.
That's going to end our first quarter of play. It's been all defense. We're scoreless in this Level 2 D2 WIAA high school football playoff game. It is playoffs on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
The Mop Stop, located on Holmen Drive, is the only recognized authentic Vienna beef sandwich within 60 miles of the La Crosse area. The Mop Stop offers authentic Chicago-style food, starting with the classic Chicago-style hot dog, the Italian beef, Maxwell Street Polish, and the Italian sausage. And coming soon, the Ditka. With combos starting at $3.25, the Mob Stop is a great place to stop for a quick lunch or dinner. Come see Mikey at the Mob Stop for the great food and learn more about the relationship his grandfather had with Al Capone. The Mob Stop on Holmen Drive, where they remind you that it's not Chicago style if it's not Vienna beef.
Would you like to work for the #1 retailer in the world? Walmart on Alaska is currently looking for seasonal help to prepare for the busy holiday season. Applying is easy. Just stop into the store located at 3107 Marketplace, or just apply online at careers.walmart.com. Walmart on Alaska is currently looking for help in customer service areas. Walmart on Alaska is also looking for help on the overnight stocking team. Walmart Stores Inc. has many career opportunities, and this could be the beginning of your new adventure. Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart Stores Inc. is an equal opportunity employer.
Rick and Scotty back from Roger Herring Stadium, Veterans Memorial Sports Complex, where we are scoreless after our first quarter of play. Officials getting the ball set out there. 4th down.
One game of vested interest. Sure. Oshkosh North up 17-7 over DeForest right now in the first quarter.
There you go. Scotty digging some scores up there on Twitter. Nice job. Nice work there, buddy. We had a little bit of a delay to start this second quarter. See if we can check in with Tiana Vanderhei, who's down on the field. Tiana can grab that microphone, and hopefully we can get you in range. You're a little out of the window there, so I'm not sure how well you're going to work. Let's see.
Hello.
Hey, there you are.
There we are. I couldn't see the game from over there. The players are blocking me. So.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll be able to work within the wireless window that we have here. What do you think it is that's a reason for the stoppage here?
I don't think they had the measurements correct.
Okay.
Switching the different ends of the field. They're debating about it right now on the other side.
Okay, so that's the reason. So it's
placement.
It's a sidebar, if you will. All right, so that's the reason for the delay. And a scoreless first quarter here.
Definitely, like you said, it's all defense, and they've just been back and forth. I think it's going to be a lot lower scoring game than you and I expected.
Yeah, we made our own little off-the-air predictions in terms of what we thought the score would be, and we were a little bit higher than. But you know, things can change quickly.
Absolutely, and it's anyone's game on any day.
You know,
so
Central's
it's pretty even right now.
Central's had their opportunities, but Holmen's defense has been really good in the red zone right now.
And we're back to action finally as they have the marker with the football set up at the 23-yard line, and then the boot from Rooney is a high kick, good hang time. It is going to bounce and take a Holmen bounce all the way to the Central 34-yard line.
Do have a score update from Reedsburg, as right now Reedsburg up 7-0 on Logan.
So another change of possession. We've talked about the defense and how well it's been for both teams. And neither team taking many chances, although Mitchell Johnson-Martin has thrown the football downfield a couple times, missing in the corner of the end zone, and also throwing an interception to Dylan Martinez.
And I thought that was going to be one of the keys tonight, is how Johnson-Martin maintains possession of that football and tries not to make a mistake, because really I think throwing the football is to Holmen's advantage with that secondary that they have.
Under center again is Mitchell Johnson-Martin. And he's got Heather in motion. Johnson-Martin takes it left side, gets forward for maybe 2. But there wasn't a lot of room there.
Yeah, great tackle by Noah Risch. Just reading that immediately and coming up and making the play on Johnson-Martin.
Our thanks to Timmy Culp up on the rooftop here at the stadium with the camera tonight. Nice job, Timmy.
It ain't click, click, click up on the rooftop with Timmy Culp, that's for sure.
Tiana says, boy, that's high up there.
Yeah.
I think she'd rather be down in the field than way up there. That was my thought. And now from the 36-yard line, 37 we'll say, quick screen pass and dropped by Thornton. It was a forward pass, though. It'll be incomplete as it came in and out of the hands of Thornton. He heard the footsteps coming. I think he lost his concentration.
Well, he could hear him and see him when Greg Rooney's coming. Them shoes you could see across the field coming at you, but such great speed by number 35 for a 6'5 frame and how big he is. He runs so well. Another score update. Arcadia up 7-0 right now over Stratford.
Coach Derek Updike has done a marvelous job with that team.
I can't think of any more of a surprise, I think, as far as record goes from what we predicted.
So it'll be 3rd down and 7 here. Back in the pocket, Johnson Martin. Now he's flushed out as he's chased by Shockey. To the near sideline, he runs out of room, throws a pass dangerously. Wow. It's almost intercepted at the 46-yard line. He was trying to get it to Max Heather, but Wogan was in along with Logan Lasik, and they broke it up nicely.
I'm surprised he threw that pass, Rick. There was more maroon shirts in that area than any of the Central players, and dangerous throw by Johnson Martin. He's got to do a better job of holding on to that football.
Well, of course, Mitchell Johnson Martin was not penciled in the offseason as the starting quarterback for the Red Raiders. It was going to be Hayden Halverson, but he's been gone for the season with an injury.
Well, apparently he's back from what I've heard.
There's a snap, and the kick by Thornton is a great kick, up in the air, end over end, and it hits a Holmen player, and now the Vikings lucky to pick it up and get dropped at the 16-yard line. Do you see his number down there tonight, Scotty, if he's back?
Yeah, and I thought I saw him in the pregame warm-up, but maybe I didn't. But I heard rumors that Hayden Halverson was back
12,
on the team.
I do actually think I just saw a 12 there.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if Johnson Martin struggles and they think they want to throw him in. That could be a decision that they could make down the road. But, you know, so far so good. It's really been a defensive battle.
Probably easing him back in on special teams and trying to get him accustomed. You know, he hasn't played all season, so it takes a little bit to get back into playing shape. So it's Holmen football from the 16-yard line. And a good pickup this time. And it's up to the 23-yard line.
Holmen should just run behind Hauser and Saraskis like every play, because those guys get to the second level so fast for how big those guys are. It's just amazing to watch how quick they are for their size.
7-yard pickup on the last play here for the Vikings. Scoreless
formation
with 10:19 left. And again, they're in that tight formation they've been in since the start. And that one's not going to get anywhere, as it looks like the back tripped on his way across the line. That's Mitchell Dinger again.
Yeah, Dinger's had some tough sledding here early in this one. Got to credit Central's defensive line. They're really doing a good job of, at the point of attack, really taking control. You talk about the big guys of Holmen, the one thing Central's doing, they're utilizing their athletic ability to get underneath and not give up anything to the outside.
3rd down and 3 here for the Holmen Vikings. They have not been able to get it going against this Central defense.
They got to mix it up. They ain't doing anything that's shocking anyone right now.
Packed tight again. In the pocket, Anderson throws way over the intended receiver, which was Magnuson, and there was no way either him or Dylan Martinez could get to that pass. He had to throw quickly because the pass rush was in there right away.
Yeah, and here's the thing on that. He had both those guys wide open down the field, too. There was not a Central defender that had a clue on that pass play what was going on. So if Anderson hits that, that's a touchdown. And you really got to watch that.
I don't think that Central thought they would pass that in a million years. And they did, but just wasn't an accurate pass. High kick goes far side of the field, juggled by the Red Raiders, but covered up in Holmen territory. Looks like great field position. We'll see if they mark that at the 47. Thornton is who covered it up for the Red Raiders.
I'm surprised Thornton went for that ball. The kick was really short, and Holmen was coming in fast on special teams, and a couple of questionable special teams concerns here for both sides, as Coble had the ball hit off the back of his leg in the last time. So maybe some jitters here with the pressure of this game, Rick. Very possible.
So great field position here for the Red Raiders. Scoreless game, 9:24 left in the first half. And if you were expecting a shootout tonight, that's not what it's been. It's been running up the middle for the most part. And there is Murphy, gets pasted by Wogan.
Wogan again having a great game here tonight at that left outside linebacker spot, and Murphy had nowhere to go. Here's the score update for you, Rick. Ellsworth up 11-8 on Black River Falls. Black River Falls just scored, and I believe...
And that's a game you'd expect to be a high scoring.
Yes, agreed. There's going to be a lot of passing yards in that one. We talked about Arcadia, and now Reedsburg up 10-0 on Logan as they just kicked a 22-yard field goal.
They run that triple option as well. Very deceptive. Their quarterback, after seeing him last week against Onalaska, is tricky. Here's Mitchell Johnson Martin running it to the near side, gets past Greg Rooney, and still on his feet out across the 35 to the 34-yard line. A Central first down.
Yeah, and that time Greg Rooney tried to go for a little bit of the jersey as opposed to a little bit more of the body. And I tell you, Johnson Martin with a nice stutter step to get around him to get the extra yards. And Dylan Shockey had to make the tackle from behind, or maybe we'd be talking 6 points here for the Red Raiders.
Third first down for the Central Red Raiders. Check that, fourth first down. They've been the only team moving the football tonight, but they haven't been able to hit pay dirt. Mitchell Johnson Martin has done it on the ground. Lamont Murphy has been pretty much stopped at the line of scrimmage in this contest.
Stacking the line here, Holmen is.
Ben Thornton has a nice run, 48-yarder unofficially, and that give is up the middle again. But this time they pick up 4 on the play. Lamont Murphy tackled at the 30.
Maybe a lot of coaches will go to the Tony Service way of coaching and stash your best player on the bench for a year and then have him come out and have a great season, over 1,500 yards rushing.
Well, he didn't stash him. He had to sit him because he was a transfer from Monona Grove. But I got you. Did you see his eyes light up at our coach's preview special when I mentioned Lamont Murphy and how much of an impact he will have for him this season?
Yeah.
Well, we saw it. Over 1,500 yards and 20 touchdowns. So Mitchell Johnson Martin has been doing a lot of it himself here. And this time it's nowhere for Murphy. Tackled right back at the line of scrimmage.
That's like us stashing Randall Cobb on our bench for the fantasy team. See if he does something later.
When's
for
he
us
going to
here.
be back? Hey, we need him in our fantasy football league team.
I
got him on 2 teams.
I heard the second Viking game he will be back. That's what I've heard currently, but you never know. It sounds like Clay Matthews will be back against the Eagles next week.
All right. So it will be third down and a long 5 here for Central. 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Johnson Martin in the pocket. Hunter Hauser misses him. Then another missed tackle, and eventually he's brought down hard from behind as Chuck Saraskis buries Johnson Martin for a loss back to the original line of scrimmage at the 34.
Hunter Hauser came through. I'd be running away too. He came right through.
Just missed him by the back of his shoe.
It reminded me, and I hate to say it because I always like to bring up pro players, but it reminded me of Warren Sapp with that quick first step at that size and getting in there and just right away the quarterback retreating and running right into the pass rush. And good job by Noah Risch and Saraskis to kind of have Hauser's back on that one.
So it's fourth down and 10
special
here.
teams again, Rick.
And they're going to go for it now, the Red Raiders. They just need 10 to pick it up. And a discussion is exactly what's going to happen. And, Scotty, that means it's time for a quick reminder from us. Of course, you got to check out Festival Foods in Holmen, located on Holmen Drive in Holmen Square for all your Packer and Badger pregame needs. They got the awesome meat department there, wide selection. You also have your favorite adult beverages there at Festival Foods in Holmen, and it's a perfect place to stop to get ready for your football weekend.
And I do. It's right up the road from my house, so usually if I need to get a couple things quick, I go right up to Festival in Holmen. They got great customer service there. Everybody there is very friendly, show you where to go, and Festival Foods in Holmen, a proud supporter of high school athletics in the Coulee region, Rick.
Yep, check out Festival in Holmen starting this Sunday for their meat sale. They're going to have all kinds of great specials on different cuts of meat for a great low price. Great stuff for not a lot of money. Festival Foods. So the fourth down, and Coach Service talks it over, and let's see what the decision is after.
I think it should punt. I think that's what they're going to do here.
And they're set to punt right now. Thornton is back to receive the snap from the 34-yard line. His boot from the 45. It's a spiral. It's like a cone shape that rolls all the way down to the goal line where it's covered up.
They're going to call a touchback.
Oh, wow. I guess they're going to say that maybe he touched with his foot when he covered it up.
I believe his knee.
Or he came back out of the end zone and covered it up.
His knee slid into the end zone when he touched the ball because the field looks like it's kind of slick down there a little bit. And looked like he slid into the end zone when he put his hand down on it. I couldn't get a number on who touched it, but I tell you, it was close again, though, to a Holmen player touching it first. And I'm pretty sure that Coach King's going to be talking to his special team unit. They need to be really careful about where that ball's being placed.
There was a big game between Holmen and Logan where there was a controversial call about whether a player was in the end zone or not, and it was downed at the 1. Here's the pitch to Dylan Martinez, his first carry of the game, and he gets stamped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. And a great stick there That was Alex Hayden with the stop, and he's one of the players for the Central Red Raiders with the most tackles.
Yeah, and he's just one of those guys that has so much athletic ability from that corner spot and plays a little bit of linebacker too. And they like to stick him in there on running plays. And here's a different look now for the Vikings.
2nd and 10. Got a receiver split near and far now. And Anderson will give it up the middle, or no, he kept it himself, and he dives forward across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So a pickup of 2, but it'll be 3rd down and long here, as a Holmen Vikings offense has absolutely been snuffed out by the Red Raiders.
Yeah, Corey Gilbertson there at that time on the tackle, and a good job not biting on the fake, and both teams are doing a great job just staying in their areas and not overcommitting on plays, and that's the difference right now.
The fans starting to stomp out there in the stands, and a 3rd and 9 here for the Holmen Vikings. Here's Anderson, pass right, Magnuson with a catch, gets around one tackle, 1st down, first one of the game here for the Holmen Vikings. And Magnuson did a good job of getting through the first tackle and picking up a couple extra yards.
Yeah, Holmen likes to run that wheel route, and they do it a lot with Martinez. This time it's Magnuson on the outside, and like you said, Rick, you did a great job after the catch. You talk about yak. That's what they call it in the NFL, and that time Magnuson showing the skills on the yak.
So a 1st down for the Holmen Vikings. Ball at the 33-yard line, their own 33. And Anderson, shovel pitch back to Magnuson, and he is stacked. 4 tacklers for the Central Red Raiders in on the stop. And again, Hayden, one of those. Also in on the stop was Clay Gale, a very talented linebacker for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, Clay Gale was the initial guy on that play, Rick, and he did a great job of just, staying within the area and waiting for Anderson to make a decision with the football, and when he did, he just reacted.
2nd down and 9 here for the Vikings. Just picked up their first down on a pass to Magnuson, and ahead for a couple more, but nothing has been there up the middle. That was Dinger with the carry.
Yeah, and a lot of that, Jalen Mathis is doing a good job at the line of scrimmage of communicating with his defensive linemen, and they're really shifting based on, I think, the positioning of Hunter Hauser.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5 yards to go.
Look at that, Mathis again calling, every time he's calling the signals based on the strong side.
Packed in tight again. Here's the shovel to Martinez, and he's drilled for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Huge stop there by Kopoff. And again, the Holmen Vikings stopped to just 1 first down on the drive, and they'll have to bring Greg Rooney out again. It'll be 4th down and 11.
3:05 left here in the second quarter, Rick, and who would have thought that we'd have a scoreless game right now?
Not I.
No.
I will not raise my hand to that one, Scotty. This is a bit of a surprise, and here is another nice boot by Rooney. And it'll be fielded at the 43. A fair catch by Thornton, and that's where the Central Red Raiders will start out. Good field position again, but it hasn't seemed to make much of a difference.
No, not at all. And both these defenses doing a great job and just making some plays, being opportunistic, and just, not letting any team get comfortable offensively with what they want to do. No momentum on either side right now, Rick. And, I hate to dispute that last comment. I bet you Tim Culp would raise his hand just to argue with us.
He would, but he doesn't have a microphone. I guess we're kind of lucky about that here at this.
Why do you think I
stage.
said it?
Tiana does, and we'll talk to her in our halftime show coming up here in a little bit. And, boy, a lot faster than we would have imagined. Johnson Martin flushed out of the pocket, gets away from one tackler, but not the second one. He's taken down as Chuck Saraskis whips him down from down low, and a huge play there.
How about the play by Michael Wogan, though, initially on the blitz on the outside, and Johnson Martin really had to think about what he wanted to do. Good job, though, by Johnson Martin not throwing the ball into a crowd like he did last time, as the Viking defense was in a cover 2, and that's exactly what they wanted him to do.
The Lloyd's Speed Stop Pizza halftime show coming up here in 2 minutes and 14 seconds.
Had a Lloyd's the other day.
I bet you did. Probably not just one.
It was breakfast. Yeah, just one.
Okay.
Just one.
All right. By yourself, or did you share with friends?
Not telling you.
All right. 2nd down and 16 for Central. And the handoff goes up the middle and stopped instantly there as Hunter Hauser was in along with Noah Risch. Lamont Murphy, the ball carrier.
Black River Falls has taken the lead over Ellsworth, 14-11.
Timeout by Holmen. We'll take 30 seconds as well. Level 2 D2 football playoffs on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm the owner of Howie's, and I love talking to my guests, and I love making new friends.
I've always enjoyed the food that has been served, and I would highly recommend anybody to come down. You can bring your family here. It's family-oriented. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. Chicken nachos are yummy.
Even if you've been to Howie's, you've never been to Howie's.
Oh, my God, I love Howie's. I love what they did with the place. It's a wonderful place to hang out with your friends.
La Crosse's new favorite restaurant, Howie's on La Crosse Street.
Well, his scoreboard certainly hasn't been lit up tonight, although it shows 1:54 left here on the first half, and we're scoreless. Couple nice drives by the Central Red Raiders, but nobody has been able to get in the end zone for any points here.
Yeah, no doubt, and both defenses are really staking their claim here tonight, and the Holmen defense, you know, we talked about how good they are. They continue to impress with their speed and how intelligent they are, you know, within their scheme, but Central tonight, very aware of what Holmen's willing to do and what they want to do, and just seem to have guys in the perfect position on every play.
3rd down and 15 to go here for the Red Raiders. From the 39-yard line. Carry around the right side. Thornton knocked hard out of bounds right at midfield. And it'll be a 4th down punting situation here for the Red Raiders.
Another scoring update out of the state of Minnesota. I got Caledonia tied up with Chatfield at 7.
It's going to be a good battle.
Yes, it is.
Caledonia always seems to find a way to win those tight battles.
Arcadia up 7-6 over Stratford late in the first, so Arcadia maintaining a 1-point lead right now, and it's still 10-0 Reedsburg over Logan right now in the second quarter.
Glad you all could be with us tonight on the Coulee Region Sports Network. Thornton set to punt. We'll look for the football at the 35. Good snap, and the kick has good distance on it. Taken by Martinez at the 10. Cutting back near side. Tries to make another miss. Still on his feet. Finally brought down. Nice tackle on the play by the Central Red Raiders' Matt Dagenhart.
Yeah, if he doesn't make that tackle, you might as well maybe consider putting up some points on the board. But pretty good return there by Martinez, as made a couple guys miss and made it pretty entertaining there for a few moments.
1:36 left here in the first half. 1st and 10. Holmen Vikings from their own 26. We are scoreless. May come as a little bit of a surprise to some of you. As neither team has been able to get much done going up the middle.
Yeah, here comes Holmen now. They're going to go to a 2-minute offense.
Spreading it out. 2 receivers far, 1 near. Here's Anderson in the pocket. Good blocking. Completes the pass to Martinez. He'll take it forward close to a 1st down. We'll see where they mark it as he's knocked out of bounds by Clay Gale.
Yeah, great design play right there by Holmen's offense. Just a quick hitter to Martinez and a nice little chip block on the outside that time by Kinderman, and Martinez gets a couple extra.
That looked a little bit more like the Vikings offense that we saw throughout the regular season. 2nd down and 1. Out of the shotgun. Anderson in the pocket. Throws right. Complete. 1st down by Magnuson. Gets away from one tackler and then out of bounds at the 44-yard line to stop the clock with 1:23 left here in the first half. The Vikings going to the air now, and it's working.
Jalen Mathis better be careful. He almost got a 15-yard penalty for hitting Magnuson out of bounds, so it was a little love tap. Got to watch it in these situations.
So the second 1st down for Holmen. And they're just shy of their own 45. Again, out of the shotgun, it's Anderson. Good blocking again. Downfield he goes, overthrowing Dylan Martinez to the near sideline. Coverage from Gale and Thornton. So 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass.
Yeah, good pocket that time for Anderson. He had all day to throw it and got to read a couple of receivers to see what they were doing. Saw Martinez breaking out on the flag route, going to the corner of the left hash mark here, and he just couldn't hit him.
1:18 left here, 2nd and 10. Ball just shy of the 45. Here's Anderson. Good blocking again. Completes his pass, but a stamp right there by Mitchell Johnson-Martin, and then recovered by Holmen. That was Ross Kinderman covering up the football. The catch was made, and the stamp was made by the quarterback cornerback.
Wow, that was a great hit. That was one of the best hits I've seen all season here on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
We'll certainly try to get you that replay up there on the archives for you to watch.
No doubt.
So 3rd and 10 now. Called it an incomplete pass. And again, out of the shotgun. Anderson throws it deep, left, and they let it go. And it's incomplete for 4th down now. So I'm sure Greg Rooney going to come out, and they'll try to pin the Red Raiders back deep with just 1:08 left in the first half and scoreless.
You know, the Vikings offense, I like the fact that they did something different, but when you're trying to throw the football to the same guy every play, a defense is going to figure that out, and they had a safety over the top of Martinez that time.
Very surprised Greg Rooney has not been worked into the mix yet.
Yes, they tried early with that quick hitch route, but nothing since.
And here's Rooney with the boot. He pummels this one to the 17-yard line, and what a special teams tackle right there. Oh, coming in quick was Sam Houlihan, and that's one of the best special teams plays we've seen today.
Yeah, I want to watch Thornton here because he got twisted around pretty good, and he came up a little bit like his hip was bothering him there, so we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Greg Rooney's kick was fantastic. Great hang time,
yes.
And that got a chance for Houlihan to come down and make the play. So it will be 1st down Central.
Right at a minute left, Rick.
16-yard line, 1 minute left here in the first half, no score.
Haven't heard from Alex Hayden tonight offensively.
Johnson Martin. And a handoff up the middle. That's going to be Murphy out across the 20 to the 22 for a pickup of 5.
See if Central's going to be content with this tie here at the half, or they're going to go for something. Looks like they're going to be content.
Did you tell the people here to get a couple of Lloyd's Speed Stop pizzas to put in the oven?
But I'm going to.
Okay. 2nd down and 4 here for the Red Raiders. Clock ticking to 27 and counting. And outside is Murphy, wrapped up and down. Greg Rooney in on the stop, and that might be the last play of our first half. Clock continuing to tick. Loss on the play. Ball now inside the 20. Heard a whistle, but the clock's still ticking, so they're going to say that's that here in our first half. What a shocker. We are scoreless after our first half of play. The Central Red Raiders, the hosts against the Holmen Vikings in this D2 Level 2 high school football playoff game. We will be back with your Lloyd's Speed Stop halftime show coming up.
Cleaning hard water spots takes time and effort. Be sure your water softener is working properly. Your Culligan man can make sure any brand water softener is working by performing a 10-point inspection. For this special offer, call and say, "Hey, Culligan man."
If the world's getting smaller these days, then why do you still search and search for your ATM? Because every time you want your money, another bank's ATM eats some of it. Introducing Cousse, where you get refunds on ATM fees and other rewards like cash, just for using your free checking account. Make any ATM your ATM. Cousse, carried locally at Coulee Bank. Do you, Cousse?
You know that one's yours, right? They've each had 8, you 7. Is it because you're a slower eater or not man enough to claim what's rightfully yours? First it's a wing, then it's your seat at the table. So tell me, are you a little baby boy? Or are you a big, strong man?
I'm a big, strong man.
Okay. Grab a seat. The game is on.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports.
Even a high-efficiency dishwasher can't remove spots from your glasses if you have hard water, but a Culligan high-efficiency water softener can. It saves you up to 46% on operating costs. For this special offer, call and say, "Hey, Culligan man."
G&K Services offers you a uniquely different choice in the uniform service industry. They are deeply committed to delivering uniform service excellence. True experience with over 100 years of serving the needs of companies like yours. Yet they are only as good as the service they deliver you today.
I worked with Dean to find the perfect jackets, polos, t-shirts, and hats to make the Coulee Region Sports Network's brand really stand out. G&K Services selection is unmatched.
At G&K Services, they provide a reflection of your brand. And that's serious business. Online at gkservices.com.
Bud Light presents Music Mix of Lacrosse. We are Lacrosse's premier entertainment company for your wedding dance, celebrating our 25th year. Are you a bride or a groom-to-be in 2014? Music Mix of Lacrosse has the most experienced and best staff of DJs anywhere. On your wedding day, you can have a beautiful ceremony, excellent dinner. However, if you have a bad DJ, the end of the day is what your guests will remember. Let Music Mix of Lacrosse make your wedding dance a huge success. Book online at musicmixoflacrosse.com or call 608-782-MIXX. Music Mix of Lacrosse.
Family Vision Center on Mormon Coulee Road in La Crosse provides these simple tips to maintain healthy eyes and good vision. Eat healthy, don't smoke, get regular exercise, wear sunglasses, and get yearly eye examinations. See one of the doctors at Family Vision Center for a comprehensive eye examination. This will ensure your family can see clearly and comfortably while detecting any hidden conditions that may contribute to eye strain. Family Vision Center on Mormon Coulee Road in La Crosse, where the health of your eyes comes first. Visit online at wifamilyvisioncenter.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details. I just changed banks. Have you ever considered switching?
No, I don't need to switch. I just got them to lower my monthly service fee to $8.
Service fee? My bank doesn't charge service fees.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. No monthly service fee, plus you can get cash or extra savings and refunds on ATM charges. Try Kasasa.com. K-A-S-A-S-A.
Kasasa, now at Coulee Bank. Member FDIC.
Rick and Scotty back at Roger Herring Stadium, Veterans Memorial Sports Complex, where the Holmen Vikings and Central Red Raiders are scoreless after our first half of play. And really the biggest play from scrimmage was the play made by Ben Thornton. But outside of that, not a lot of big pickups in this contest. The highlight reel would be consisting mainly of defensive hits.
Yeah, Lamont Murphy only has 12 carries for 16 yards, as reported by some of the media people here at UWL tonight. So that tells you something right there when one of the best running backs in the area is held to that. Some scores in the area we'll get to here in just a moment, Rick, but I just want to let you know, one, that you're interested in. Reedsburg is up 10-0 over Logan and outgating Logan 138-49 right now in total offense.
In the background, you hear the combined efforts of the Central and Holmen Marching Band. Pretty cool to have the two bands together. Your shot on the screen there is of the scoreboard, so you know how much time you have till we kick off the second half.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this is going to be an interesting second half. Both these teams got to get some offensive flow going right now, and honestly, Rick, I don't know which one's going to. They both struggled. Both defenses have played outstanding.
I noticed that Holmen started to pick up yardage when they went into their 2-minute offense and went out of the shotgun and spread things out a little bit.
You might see a little bit more of that, and maybe they'll run the ball with Dinger, and a couple of draws to kind of set the tempo and kind of keep them off balance. I don't expect Holmen to come out throwing a lot, but I do expect them to mix it up a little bit more. Central's done a good job at the point of attack tonight.
You could tell Coach King was trying to work Dylan Martinez in to get one of those big explosive plays that they've seen happen so many times. For the Central Red Raiders, besides the big play by Thornton, it's pretty much been Mitchell Johnson-Martin who's been gaining the yardage for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, he's done a good job. Other than the interception tonight, he's really done a good job with the ball, and hasn't been careless with it for the most part. I think that Central's offensive line, too, in some of those passing situations, they're giving Mitchell Johnson time to throw the football. But I tell you, Holmen's secondary is doing such a great job back there. It's hard to throw on the Vikings, that's for sure.
I was going to go and talk to Tiana, but she looks like she's huddled back behind the stands, and the band is playing so loud. We'll come back to you a little bit later here in our halftime show. You should pop in a couple of Lloyd's pizzas, the Lloyd's Speed Stop pizzas. She's going to need one of those after being out in the cold. See, Tim Culp decided to come from the roof into here to warm up, but, you can maybe do that, but it might take a while to get up here, I'm afraid, Tiana. Nonetheless, Lloyd's Speed Stop Pizza, pretty much you can find it at all the local grocery stores, and of course the restaurant out in West Salem.
Yeah, all the festival locations, all 7 Hanson's IGA Bangor locations in the area. Lloyd's Speed Stop Pizza, fantastic local pizza if you haven't had it. My personal favorite, of course, and yours as well, is the Chicago-style sausage. That's awesome. I like the pepperoni and sausage. The Meat Lovers is pretty good. I mean, they've got I tell you, they got some different flavors. You got the Aloha Special, the chili dog and fries, and so many more. I tell you, if you haven't been to Woodman's and check out the selection at Woodman's, that's a big selection of Lloyd's pizzas there if you're looking for every flavor you can get.
There you go. Scotty giving you a tip. This is our Lloyd's Speed Stop Pizza halftime show. Going to take another break. We'll be back with more. It is Level 2 D2 High School Football Playoffs on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
Absolute Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is our absolute priority. What sets Absolute Comfort apart from the competition? Commitment to quality, a prompt and friendly service. Our goal is to make sure you become an Absolute Comfort customer for life. Whatever work we complete, you'll know it's been done safely, up to code, and at a fair price. Our priority is that you feel absolutely comfortable in your home and business. Absolute Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning serves the greater La Crosse area in both residential and light commercial heating and air conditioning. Absolute Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, 608-385-3328. Visit us on Facebook or at absolutecomfortlacrosse.com.
Builders Flooring in Onalaska is the place to go for the best selection of wood flooring, tile, natural stone, carpet, laminate, and vinyl. Builders Flooring is conveniently located at 1009 2nd Avenue Southwest, just north of Nutbush in Onalaska. The expansive showroom is open to the public Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, or by calling 608-779-5366 for a special after-hours or weekend appointment. Builders Flooring in Onalaska is a proud supporter of Coulee Region Athletics. Builders Flooring, flooring experts, so you don't have to be.
Thrive Health Center, helping men and women in the Coulee region achieve optimal health. Here's Scott Lados.
We're here to help those people that have a strong desire to be healthy and fit. Our most important goal is to achieve great health through great nutrition. We also use great supplements, and we also have great testing. Those 3 things come together to produce great health.
Make time to thrive today. Call 608-519-4622 for a free consultation. Thrive Health Center, helping men and women in the Coulee region achieve optimal health. Bring the whole family to the next Coulee Region Chill hockey game for family fun at the fastest game in town. For game schedule and tickets, go to crchill.com. Home games played at the Onalaska Omni Center. Ever think that you could do what these guys are doing right now on CRSN? Ever dreamed about having a career in sports broadcasting? There are good jobs right now for play-by-play announcers, sportscasters, and sports directors at great radio stations all over the country. At Radio 1 Broadcast School in La Crosse, you can get trained and ready for your new radio job. Get on our website, radio1school.com. That's radio1school.com. This is the Lloyd's Speed Stop Pizza halftime show on the Coulee Region Sports Network. Now, here's Rick and Scotty.
Rick Franke, Scotty Grand, Roger Herring Stadium, Veterans Memorial Sports Complex. Scoreless after our first half of play, and time now to send it down to Tiana, who is, I think there's a lull in the band performance there right now. I know that you're looking a little bit chilled, but you look sharp in your new CRSN jacket.
Yeah, I'm sporting it, nice and proud. It's sharp, it's bright, definitely stands out, but...
Yeah, we're waving. Are you waving?
Some
waving? Oh, I thought you were waving to us. See,
I'm sorry. I can wave to you, too, if you want.
That's all right. I just saw you waving.
No, I'm always cold, so my toes are getting there. I decided I'm not ready for winter. But.
Yeah, I know. None of us are really ready, and it seems like it's coming on here pretty quick. It went from 90 degrees down to like 40s every day.
Yeah, slight 60-degree weather, and then it just cut out. So we didn't have a lot of that in between at all.
Yeah, I'm not ready for it, but, I don't know that anyone was ready to see a game 0-0 after the first half, controlled by 2 defenses that have been outstanding.
And I really think it's going to come down to a breakaway. I mean, that slight instance where they can get some field room and take it, and it might be a 7-0 game.
Both sides have guys that can make those kind of plays. They both have speed.
So you really don't know what's going to happen. It's up in the air right now, truly.
You think Dylan Martinez for Holmen is that guy to make those big plays, and you look at Lamont Murphy, who's been pretty much shut down here in the first half, but he's still capable of getting to the outside. No one's been running the football to the outside. That a couple of pitches out, but very few, because I think they're both worried about that turnover on the pitch.
Trying to keep it in the safe zone. Martinez has had a few breakaways, and he has that speed. You look at his statistics. He has the ability to get that done. We'll see if he can tonight.
Well, the Central's done a great job at the point of attack, and I think really their defensive ends have really watching that pitch play. And I know Holmen tried it a couple times to Magnuson, not Martinez, but on both instances, Jalen Mathis is floating around like a hawk out there, number 42. And one thing I'm seeing from 42, he's watching the strong side and really pointing his defense that way to control the line of scrimmage. I have to give credit where credit's due. The defensive captain, Jalen Mathis, has done a great job for Central calling the plays out there tonight. He's doing awesome.
Absolutely. Him and Rooney, he never has a bad game, I feel like. He's always on top of it.
He's got the nicest shoes in the place. He better not.
Look at her waving to more fans out there.
Yeah.
It's my Oktoberfest family.
I know. That's awesome. All right, Tiana, thank you so much. Try to stay warm as possible, okay?
I will. I'll dance around with the band.
All right, sounds good. Tiana Vanderhei, field reporting here for CRSN. We're going to take another break here and be ready for our second half of action. We're scoreless after the first half. Here come the Central Red Raiders. We'll have that kickoff coming up. It is high school football playoffs on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
Does your child have difficulty with reading or math? Does your child seem inattentive or have a poor memory? Does he or she perform below potential? 1 in every 3 to 4 children has a vision problem that may interfere with learning. Since seeing occurs in the brain and not the eyes, your child may not know there's a problem. Vision Therapy Academy provides physical therapy for the eyes and brain. Dr. Wonderling is one of 7 optometrists in Wisconsin that has completed a residency in pediatric optometry and vision therapy. Vision Therapy Academy on Mormon Coulee Road in La Crosse. Better vision, better future.
Jones Construction, specializing in residential remodeling. If it is in or on your house, Jones Construction can fix it, update it, or add on to it. Kitchens and bathrooms, countertops and backsplashes, windows and doors, siding and decks, you name it, Jones Construction can do it. Owner-operator means hands-on from start to finish. Fully licensed and insured with over 20 years experience. Contact Phil with Jones Construction today, 608-386-8292.
Cordell Standard of Excellence is a AAA-approved auto repair facility providing high-quality automotive repair and maintenance services. They are a full-service center, and the shop is staffed with talented ASE-certified and master technicians. Cordell's offers rental cars through Hertz, as well as rides to and from work or home. Cordell's offers a quick lane for oil changes with a 30-point inspection starting at just $24.95. Cordell's also offers 24-hour towing and roadside assistance for your convenience. Sometimes the unexpected happens, and when it does, we remind you, when your car goes to call Cordell.
Would you like to work for the #1 retailer in the world? Walmart Onalaska is currently looking for seasonal help to prepare for the busy holiday season. Applying is easy. Just stop into the store located at 3107 Marketplace, or just apply online at careers.walmart.com. Walmart Onalaska is currently looking for help in customer service areas. Walmart Onalaska is also looking for help on the overnight stocking team. Walmart Stores Inc. has many career opportunities, and this could be the beginning of your new adventure. Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart Stores Inc. is an equal opportunity employer. Thrive Health Center, helping men and women in the Coulee region achieve optimal health. Here's Scott Lados.
We're here to help those people that have a strong desire to be healthy and fit. Our most important goal is to achieve great health through great nutrition. We also use great supplements, and we also have great testing. Those 3 things come together to produce great health.
Make time to thrive today. Call 608-519-4622 for a free consultation. Thrive Health Center, helping men and women in the Coulee region achieve optimal health.
Smokey's Bar and Grill in Holmen is the place to be any day of the week, with great food and drinks, dynamic atmosphere, and awesome entertainment. Visit Nora at Smokey's and take advantage of their great food and lunch specials. You have to try Smokey's Taco Tuesday. It's a can't miss all day and night. Show your Holmen pride and represent with Viking colors, and your second drink is free. Enjoy a monster mug for Badgers on Saturday and Packer games on Sunday. Smokies on 112 Mill Street in Holmen. It's your place, no matter where you're from.
The Mop Stop, located on Holmen Drive, is the only recognized authentic Vienna beef sandwich within 60 miles of the La Crosse area. The Mop Stop offers authentic Chicago-style food, starting with the classic Chicago-style hot dog, the Italian beef, Maxwell Street Polish, and the Italian sausage. And coming soon, the Ditka. With combos starting at $3.25, the Mop Stop is a great place to stop for a quick lunch or dinner. Come see Mikey at the Mop Stop for the great food and learn more about the relationship his grandfather had with Al Capone. The Mop Stop on Holmen Drive, where they remind you that it's not Chicago style if it's not Vienna beef.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm the owner of Howie's, and I love talking to my guests, and I love making new friends.
I've always enjoyed the food that has been served, and I would highly recommend anybody to come down. You can bring your family here. It's family-oriented. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. Chicken nachos are yummy.
Even if you've been to Howie's, you've never been to Howie's.
Oh, my God, I love Howie's. I love what they did with the place. It's a wonderful place to hang out with your friends.
La Crosse's new favorite restaurant, Howie's on La Crosse Street.
Right now, we've got a draw in this rocky fight between Central and Holmen. We made reference to that in Game 4 of the season when it was tied at halftime, and it was 14-14. This is 0-0, though, and defense has been the name of the game. But,
so,
it can start getting crazy just like that. It could be tons of points in the second half. In fact, I'm going to say the offense is opening it up here.
So you think Holmen's Apollo Creed and Central's Rocky? You think
sure,
that's
Clubber
what we're going
Lang.
with?
I don't know. You can
Clubber
go with,
Lang.
You can go with Drago. You can go with Apollo Creed again.
Tommy Gunn. Tommy Gunn.
Tommy Gunn Morrison. Yeah. Or the old when Rocky comes back when he's 50.
I was really sad to hear Tommy Morrison pass away. That was tough.
Now he did have HIV, didn't he?
Yes, he did, and he lived with it for a long time. But it was very sad as he kind of turned his life around a little bit after everything. And
nephew of John Wayne.
Yeah, I mean, just a sad story.
Here we go. We're set for second half action. Central kicking off to Holmen, and the boot is a short bouncer picked up at the 20, and not going to get much. Almost a head tackle there. As Ross Kinderman now finds space down the near sideline. Kinderman to the 40 and then tripped up as the tackle was made at the near sideline. He looks like he's shaking up Ethan Haberman. He's still down on his knees at the sideline. There is a flag at
blocking
the
34.
Back on Holmen.
It's coming back.
Again, right at his own sideline, though. I'm looking down, and Ethan Haberman, number 15, wide receiver, a senior, is in a bit of pain. Now he's up and back more towards the bench area. He hurt himself tripping up Ross Kinderman. And they'll move the football back to the 24-yard line. So that great field position to start. Again, a penalty that takes it back.
Yeah, Jalen Mathis again with that head tackle. He talked about Rick, or almost a head tackle. If he would have made that tackle, it would have been 15 yards the other way, but I tell you what, Kinderman, a great return, picking up the ball and getting loose, but just couldn't make it happen, and another costly penalty by Holmen.
One receiver split far side here. The give is going to be up the middle, and that was Magnuson, the ball carrier, who's seen the football a fair amount of times here, whether it be a pass to him or a run.
Yeah, and Mathis again on the stop and getting some help from Golson, too, on the other side. Yeah, Central's defense tonight has really stepped up their game. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing out of the Red Raiders. They know the urgency that they have to stop Holmen, and they're doing a great job here tonight.
2nd and 11 here for the Holmen Vikings. Again, one receiver split far. Dinger, the back directly behind Anderson. Anderson rolling, then he gets hit in the pocket, throws it. They're going to have to come back for it, and it's an incomplete pass. Coverage there by Lamont Murphy, and tried to hit Dylan Martinez. He was hit while throwing.
Yeah, dangerous throw that time by Anderson, and a good job by Martinez coming back to the ball and knocking it away from Murphy, as it looked like he had an interception there, Rick.
And I think it was a good job by Martinez to come back and kind of sort of throw Murphy off a little bit there to not allow him to pick that pass
using
off.
That speed again, and we talk about his recovery, and that time he had to do it on the offensive side of the ball.
3rd down and 11 here. The Vikings have had trouble moving the football against this Central defense all night long. Pitch from Anderson to Rooney. Dodges one tackle. Has a little bit of space. He gets past the 30 and then very close to a first down. He's right at the sticks, and the tackle was made by Ben Thornton.
I think that spot is not generous in Holmen's favor. I think Rooney was a little further up, but nonetheless, we're up here, not down there. And pretty good play call that time by by Holmen to give Rooney the ball in that toss sweep.
Yeah, the first time Rooney had the football, really had it thrown to him one time early in the game.
I think they're going to go for it here.
4th down and inches.
Wow.
Do you go behind the big boys in the middle? Central stack it up as well. Anderson, give right side, and that should be enough. Cross the 35. The dive up over the top. And that'll be Noah Risch, who's the goal line back with 6 touchdowns this season, and he picks up the yards nobody else wants to have to try to get.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to call for a measurement. I was going to ask why. It looked like he was clearly over the marker from this perspective, but good call here and a good job by Holmen to give the ball to Risch in that short yardage situation. Good play call.
Coach King had pretty big words for Noah Risch at our coaches preview show before the season. Said if he had 11 Noah Risches on the field at all times, he'd never lose a football game.
And it would be illegal if we had 11 Noah Risches.
No, there's one, and they're still undefeated. Here's the give to Martinez, and he's drilled at the line of scrimmage. 4 tacklers in for the Red Raiders, and the first one to get there is Mathis again.
Yeah, and Fitzgerald in on the stop too, and that time Chuck Saraskis got blown off the ball. You don't see that very often, and I tell you, that was just a great play that time by Fitzgerald at the point of attack, and like you said, Rick, Mathis behind him cleaning it up.
Yards hard to come by for either offense tonight. 9:28 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. We are scoreless. Anderson in the pocket, looking, drilled, sack, and in to get the sack all by himself was Clay Gale, and he's made a couple big plays here.
Yeah, Gale coming off that left side and breakdown in protection that time for Holmen. And again, you know, the one thing about having that compact offense that Holmen's running, it's hard to throw the football, and you're more susceptible to those blitzes, and Anderson that time had no time to throw the football.
Loss of 6 on the sack by Gale.
Now they're going to spread them out.
3rd down and 16. And as Scotty said, they'll work out of the shotgun spread offense. Anderson in the pocket. He'll look downfield. He'll heave it, a lofting ball towards the near sideline, and knocked away nicely on defense, as it was Mitchell Johnson Martin in coverage, and he made the play. And so 4th down and definitely a Greg Rooney punt situation.
Yeah, that time trying to force it up to Rooney, and really, you know, Holmen, when they have thrown the football, tried to make big plays, Rick, they're really not looking at the coverage scheme of Central. They're just kind of going to their big play guys, trying to force it in there. That could be something to watch.
Here's the boot by Rooney. Back is Thornton. Drops it again at the 29, and he's tripped up. Nice special teams play there by Jesse Schaefer.
Yeah, good job by Schaefer just to get around the ankle of Thornton, who we know if he gets a little bit of a seam, he's got the speed that he can make something happen with it. Arcadia at the half of 14-6.
How about that?
Over Stratfield.
That's another set of Raiders. No red attached to them.
Amherst dominating Westby 34-7 right now.
That was not a shock. We kind of thought that might be the case. But what a win last week against Darlington for Westby, huh?
Other than Independence beating Cochran Fountain City, I'd have to say that was the biggest upset of the week.
So 1st and 10, Red Raiders at their own 33-yard line. Johnson Martin running to the near side. Pitch back, some space. Out across the 40 to the 44-yard line. Max Heather picks up a 1st down.
What a hit by Noah Risch, though. Heather, good
Slow
run.
to get up.
Yeah, good run that time, but he paid for that.
Yeah, he is a little slow getting up there. Max Heather, 5'11", 175-pound running back and defensive back, a senior. And they'll evaluate him on the sidelines there. He's being taken to one of the benches there. As you can see.
Halftime, Caledonia 7-7 with Chatfield right now. Black River Falls up 20-17 over Ellsworth in the 2nd quarter.
That's an offensive game like we would have expected. So Max Heather off for at least a few plays here. First down and 10 from the 44.
What do you think, Ethan Young and some kid named Millis?
Yeah, I think so. Well, actually, it wouldn't be Millis probably this year, but here's Johnson Martin picking up about 5 on the play. Close to midfield, just shy of the 50-yard line.
That's just what I'm used to when I read the stat sheet.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's always a Millis player on a Black River Falls
and
team.
there is this year.
Just not the same one that was catching all the passes last year.
Reedsburg still up 10-0 over Logan at halftime. And that's
so that defense is shutting down the Rangers, so they must not be getting it going with Raekwon, Eric Elmore, and Calvin Wright.
Remember we talked, off air about Reedsburg. They won a state title in 2009, so they got a pretty good football program there.
They're full of juniors too, so
yes,
they're only going to be better next year.
They'll probably be the best team in Division II, I bet, when the rankings come out.
Here's Johnson Martin, stopped right about the first down marker. Wogan in on the stop.
Yeah, good tackle by Wogan, but even better run by Mitchell Johnson.
I think they're going to measure this one.
Yeah, they should.
No, they have it short. They say it's short by a yard where they have it.
Looks pretty close from here.
Huh.
No, I watched some of that webcast you had last week with Reedsburg and Onalaska, and like you said, that triple option that they run at Reedsburg, they have a really good offensive system there. They can make some noise. I mean, that's a pretty good football team.
Not a big offensive line, but a quick offensive line.
And that's what you need in the triple option. You don't need big guys.
So 3rd down and 1 here for the Red Raiders inside Holmen territory.
Timeout, Central.
And we'll take 30 as well. This is Level 2 D2 WIAA High School Football Playoffs on CRSN.
Hi, this is Mike, and I'm with Scott the Culligan Man. And Scott, I have a friend who has a dishwasher that's 16 years old. It looks brand new.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, and she's had Culligan conditioned water in her house since they built it. If your dishwasher's not working like you think it should, it's probably your water. Give us a call. We'll come out and test it and tell you for sure.
Take them up on their $10 a month, 6-month home trial, limited time offer.
Hey, Culligan Man. Culligan, better water, pure and simple.
Rick and Scotty from Roger Herring Stadium, Veterans Memorial Sports Complex. Scoreless, 6:34 left here in the 3rd quarter. A timeout and a short 3rd and 1 coming up here for the Central Red Raiders.
Let's see if the big bodies of the Holmen Viking defense can rise up here and make a big play. Wouldn't be surprised if they try a toss sweep or maybe a screen pass here to throw them off.
And Johnson Martin, he shovels it to Murphy. Murphy's got the first down and tackled at the 43-yard line. Noah Risch credit for the tackle. And that's another first down for Central. But it seems like once they get in right around the 30, things stall out.
Yeah, we talked about it at halftime. One of these teams may be trying to go outside the tackle box a little bit here with these runs. And Central's starting to do that as they're not having too much success inside.
Ball at the Holmen 42-yard line. And a receiver split far here. They have not gone to the outside much. Johnson Martin to Murphy, and he's got space. Only one man to beat, and he's going to hit pay dirt, the first score of the game. Lamont Murphy takes it in from 42 yards out for the score.
Great deception again by the Central offensive play calling as they utilized that time like they were going to do a pitch toss and then utilized a trap to Murphy. And we talked about maybe not getting something inside too often, but that time Murphy, all he has to do is get inside for like a second, get outside, do a little dance, make a little noise. Football tonight.
There you go. Is that your football equivalent to a goal call?
No, it wasn't that entertaining.
All right. And Kapoff will put it through. 7-0 lead for the Central Red Raiders. 5:59 left here in the 3rd quarter. It's Level 2 D2 High School Football Playoffs on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
Builders Flooring in Onalaska is the place to go for the best selection of wood flooring, tile, natural stone, carpet, laminate, and vinyl. Builders Flooring is conveniently located at 1009 2nd Avenue Southwest, just north of Nutbush in Onalaska. The expansive showroom is open to the public Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, or by calling 608-779-5366 for a special after-hours or weekend appointment. Builders Flooring in Onalaska is a proud supporter of Coulee Region Athletics. Builders Flooring, flooring experts, so you don't have to be.
Just like that, boom, Lamont Murphy finally breaks one the way he's done so many times before. His 21st touchdown of the year, and it's from 42 yards out for the score. Brent Kapoff adds the extra point, 7-0 Central. 5:59 left here in the third quarter.
42 yards, felt like I was playing Tecmo Bowl there for a second with that little soundbite coming back, little 8-bit noise. I tell you, Murphy made that look easy.
And another short kick. Hauled in at the 25, and slipping and falling there was Kyle Coble, and the field position not too shabby at the 32 is where Holmen will start out. But they have been unable to move the football in this Central defense. A couple of first downs in this game, but nothing has been available up the middle. Those guys are getting it done in the middle, and Jalen Mathis, one of those guys we've been talking about, he's been coming up on so many stops.
Yeah, and great coaching job tonight by Central's coaching staff. And I can tell you one of the game plans, as you can see on that kickoff, don't let Dylan Martinez touch the football.
So we'll see what Tyler Anderson can do. He's got Dinger directly behind him. They're packed in that tight formation again, and he lost the football. Anderson fell back down on top of it, but he did lose that football for a brief moment right off the snap, and he'll get up slowly. That's the second time now that the Holmen Vikings have fumbled right after the snap.
Yeah, and Holmen right now just got to get their composure back, and that big touchdown by Murphy maybe will rattle them a little bit, but they got plenty of time left in this ball game.
So again, the tight formation, and it'll be Dinger pounding it up to the 35-yard line for pickup of 3.
Yeah, Mathis again. Rick, Mathis has to have at least 7 tackles so far in this ball game. And again, right at that point of attack, he's just seeing where the strong side is and going to it immediately.
3rd down and 7 now for the Holmen Vikings, not finding anything up the center of the field. These teams have seen each other once, and it was Holmen victorious with a big second half. Anderson passing this time. He's got Martinez up, in a great play defensively to knock it away. Oh my, that was Thornton with a huge play there.
And that was a great defensive call again by Central. They ran a cover 3 that time. You drop that secondary back a little bit, and they knew exactly what Holmen does when you see Martinez on that wheel route, and Thornton baited that perfectly. And I tell you, that was almost, if he would have just a couple more seconds, maybe he had an interception there, Rick. I tell you, great ball skills shown by Thornton.
So the snap up high, but Rooney gets it and kicks it downfield. It'll be fielded at the 27. Looks like a fair catch there, and back to call the fair catch, Mitchell Johnson Martin. That's where the Red Raiders will start out. 1st down and 10 from the 27.
Central, I can already see, after 3 quarters, has done a good job scouting Holmen. They know the tendencies of this Viking offense, and they're playing right to it. They read that wheel route perfectly. They had the perfect defensive call to counteract that. And I tell you what, Rick, at the point of attack tonight, Central's defense has been just superb, getting in there and making some noise.
As you probably saw on CRSN there, Ethan Haberman will not be coming back in the game. His jersey is off, and he's got a sling on, and he's a senior, so it's tough. Hopefully it won't be long term. And the play this time goes right side for a pickup of 3. And Thornton kind of slow to get back to the line of scrimmage. Noah Risch, one of the tacklers there for the Holmen Vikings. 5-yard pickup there for Central. A couple of different personnel coming on.
Logan has just scored. It's now 10-7. Reedsburg in the lead.
So the Rangers getting on the board. 2nd and 5 here. Ball at the 32. Motion to the near side. Johnson Martin is brought down hard. Shockey in on the tackle as he got ahead for 2.
Yeah, Shockey's had a pretty good game tonight for the most part. He's staying in that area, and the defensive ends for Holmen are very well coached. They don't over pursue. They stay there, maintain their gap, and just let those linebackers make those plays. That's what the 3-4 is all about. You just play that gap and let the linebacker come in and hit.
3rd down and 3. 3:28 left here in the 3rd quarter. Central with the lead and the football up 7-0. Motion again to the near side. And it's going to be stacked up shy of the first down. Greg Rooney in on the stop. He hit him hard.
I saw the shoes before the shoulder pad, and I knew who was there, but that was a heck of a hit by 35. Greg Rooney tonight, probably frustrated on the offensive end of the ball, but defensively he's got nothing to be ashamed of as he's been all over the field.
They sent Clay Gale in motion on the prior play. This time he did get the pitch, and he was stopped short of the first down. 4th down and 1. And it looks like Central going to set up in punt formation here. Not going to take any chances.
Yeah, watch the fake here.
Yeah, all right, we have motion to the right side to pick up a block. And Thornton kicks it to the 35, taking a Red Raider bounce all the way down to the 21 of Holmen. So that was a nice kick, got a good roll. 2:28 left in the third quarter, and the Holmen Vikings, who have not had success moving the football, are in their own territory.
Yeah, you got to ask yourself now, if you're the Holmen coaching staff, what do we do to move the ball right now? What kind of momentum do we build? And, honestly, I think that they got to take some chances here. I mean, and the thing is, they got to get out of the box and do something different. They do the same thing almost consistently to this point. I really think, to see a little bit more, maybe get the ball to Rooney on some short outs, get the passing game going a little bit, and then run it off with the run.
From the 21, packed tight again. And Anderson going to take it near side, gets a little bit of space, and has his legs taken out as he gets up to the 26-yard line. Jalen Mathis, one of the tacklers in.
Yeah, good block by Shockey that time, sealing the outside linebacker to make that hole for Anderson. And we haven't seen a lot of Anderson with those runs. We're used to seeing it throughout the year, but Central's defense is doing a really good job.
It'll be 2nd down and 5 here for the Vikings. Again, the tight formation. And then Central adjusts as well to pack it in, thinking it's coming up the middle. Give his left side, and Dinger going to get close to a first down. He lowered the shoulder. Clay Gale makes the stop, but Dinger going to be close to a first down there.
Yeah, Dinger that time showing some good bursts, getting out of the backfield. That's going to be a first down for Holmen. And like you said, finishing the run, that's what you teach. And a lot of rule changes with how running backs can finish runs now at every level of the sport. But, still for the most part, if you're leading with that shoulder pad, you're good to go.
So a first down picked up by Dinger. And the Vikings haven't had a tremendous number of those.
No.
And it looks like Anderson might be calling an audible here. Give is to Dinger. He dives forward for maybe 2 up to the 35-yard line. He had really not much room.
And now Holmen's offense, I should say, keying in on number 42, Jalen Mathis, to see where he's lining up, and maybe that's where that audible's coming from, Rick, as Mathis so far has been just a one-man wrecking crew for the Red Raiders tonight.
Our thanks again to those of you joining us here in the Coulee Region Sports Network tonight for this D2 Level 2 playoff football game. 2nd down and 8 for Holmen. And here's Anderson. He's tackled by Mitchell Johnson-Martin as he gets up to the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Now Holmen's offensive line starting to get a little bit of a push now. See if they can take advantage of this little bit of momentum they're getting.
Getting a little bit more space, you're right, Scotty. And haven't seen much of it. Hunter Hauser set to snap. And they go to the right side with it, trying to drag it forward. Going to be just short, I think. And the pile's still moving. As Dinger must have quite a bit of stack on the squats in the weight room.
I would say so.
Mathis, Gale, and Halverson on the stop.
Did they give that to Rooney? Because I think that was Rooney that was being driven backwards.
Yeah, possibly.
Because I don't even see. No, now I see Dinger at the far sideline. That was Rooney on the carry.
Holmen's going to take a timeout. Rick, Festival in Holmen, I don't know if you know this, but they got some daily deli deals that they're running from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily, and tonight is pizza night. So if you head on over to Festival in Holmen, you get one of the deli take-and bake pizzas. You get $2 off. Go home and heat that bad boy up and maybe have something for dinner tonight. Look at your weekend. You got prime rib Saturday, $10 a pound. Baked or fried chicken on Sunday, 8 pieces, $6. Monday is lasagna night, 4 pieces of freshly made lasagna for $10. Tuesday, $6 rotisserie chicken special, and then Wednesday it's a $5 sushi night. And then, I don't know, I've done this, but Thursday night they have ribs over their family rib night. You get some spare ribs for $10. I tell you what, those ribs are outstanding over at Festival Foods in Holmen.
Good eats, great stuff for not a lot of money. Festival Foods, the Holmen location. Our third quarter came to an end there, and it's a 7-0 Central lead. And a fourth down situation here. Very, very short. The question is...
And Noah Rich back there, I believe.
Is Noah in there?
He is, back at the tailback.
Let's see if they give it to him again. He picked it up last time. Rish, he'll get forward, easy. And it's pretty much money. He'll pick up the first down up to the 44-yard line. So that'll move the chains for the Holmen Vikings as we are underway in our fourth quarter of play. Central 7, Holmen nothing.
It's a big possession for the Vikings. They got to answer here.
44-yard line. New set of downs here for the Vikes. And Anderson, quarterback keeper, up to midfield, knocked down at the 50.
Yeah, now Holmen's offensive line really starting to get to that second level, Rick. We didn't see a lot of that in the first half, a little bit near the end of the third quarter, but they're making some progress.
And a Hayden Halverson sighting as he was the one who made the tackle there. Playing at the linebacker position, a senior. Second down and 4 here for Holmen. Little shift in the formation. Packing it tight. Dinger out there as the back. And Anderson looks for the block, gets it, first down and more. Out to the 42 in Central Territory. So a little bit more Tyler Anderson here.
Yeah, and Holmen definitely watching. Number 42, Jalen Mathis, and a great block by Michael Wogan to seal him off that time for Anderson to pick up that first down. Logan has just taken the lead over Reedsburg. It's 14-10.
All right, how about that? The Logan Rangers, after trailing 10-0 for quite a while, have finally started to turn it up a notch, and my guess is they might be giving him a dose of Kelvin Wright right now.
Yeah, very possible.
Vikings with another first down here on this possession. Pass over the middle to Greg Rooney. He makes the catch of the 32, then knocked down. Another first down for the Vikings. And it looks like maybe Mitchell Johnson-Martin getting up a little bit slow, but now he's to his feet. Grabbing his knee a little bit there, though. He stays out on the field. First down, Holmen. Ball now at the 27-yard line. 10-16 and counting. 7-0 Central. And that's getting nowhere. This time it stopped very close to the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up 1 or 2 on the play.
Kopoff and Mathis in there immediately on that inside give to Dinger. And I tell you, though, the one thing that we keep talking about here, Rick, or I keep noticing, Holmen's offensive line. This is where conditioning comes in here. And right now, Holmen's offensive line is looking very good here early in the fourth quarter.
Second down and 8. Ball at the 25-yard line of Central. Holmen finally moving the football the way you've seen him do it all season. They're going to go towards the corner and up for grabs. Dylan Martinez goes up with Ben Thornton and knocked it away, keeping Thornton from getting the interception there.
Yeah, and again, you know, trying to force the ball to Martinez a little bit. Maybe don't try to throw it on that wheel route maybe that long. Maybe just do a short wheel, let Martinez go ahead and make something happen after the catch. That might be in Holmen's best interest right now.
There's a lot of speed on the field. Very tough to loft those pass patterns in exactly the right place. Right. It pretty much is a fight for the football is what it is.
No doubt.
So third down and 8 here for Holmen from the 25. Misdirection pitch. Here's Magnuson. He slips at the 25. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and his footing just went out from under him. And it looks like it's going to force a big decision here for Holmen.
Delay a game call here on Magnuson for spiking the ball. Out of frustration.
You could see that the Central Red Raiders were clapping their hands, so that was not a bright decision there by...
Wasn't a smart play there by Magnuson.
A junior. 6'1", 169 pounds.
Takes Holmen out of field goal range too, Rick. That's the other thing. So they're going to have to go for it here.
They're definitely going for it. Fourth down and 13. And you'll see Tyler Anderson in the shotgun here. Got Michael Wogan lined up as a receiver near side. Rooney right side. He'll go for Rooney to the far sideline. Rooney has it knocked away. Beautiful defensive play. Lamont Murphy got the hands and slapped it down. It's a turnover on downs. Central will have the football back at the 31-yard line with 9:19 left and a 7-0 lead.
Wow, that was a great defensive stand by Central. You know, Holmen did it to themselves a little bit with that. Definitely that delay of game penalty was big, but I tell you, Central still impressing me with kind of knowing what Holmen's going to do and reacting to the play. They're not intimidated by the fact that they know they're going to go deep to Martinez. They're going to try Rooney a couple times. It's just guys are rising up to the occasion here, Rick.
Lone score, a Lamont Murphy 42-yard touchdown run to give Central the lead. And it'll be Murphy who gets roped right at the line of scrimmage. And in on the stop again, Dylan Shockey, who got the hands around the waist and didn't let Murphy go.
Reedsburg's just kicked a field goal. It's now 14-13. Caledonia up 10-7 over Chatfield right now. Those are the most current scoring updates that we have.
2-yard pickup there by Murphy. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 here. Pitch. Back to Thornton. He's got the end, but not enough for a first down. Knocked out of bounds at about the 38. Dylan Martinez and Dylan Shockey and Michael Wogan all in on the stop over along the sideline.
Yeah, a lot of athletic ability coming over to make that play, Rick. And, you know, both these defenses tonight have to be really proud of how they played no matter what happens here at the end of this ball game. You know, this has been an impressive outing on that side of the ball by both these teams here tonight. And I can't say enough about Holmen's talent, but offensively right now they got to rise up and get something going, but they got to make this stop here first.
3rd and 3. This will be a big first down. 8:37 left in the 4th quarter. And Murphy bounces off a tackle. He's not going to have enough space to get around the end. He's smacked out of bounds at the 38-yard line, and it'll be 4th down and 2 here for Central. And my guess is that's going to bring out Thornton for the kick.
Hunter Hauser again immediately forcing that play outside to Murphy, and then Chuck Saraskis showing some pretty good wheels for a 6'1", 250-pounder.
1 yard to pick up here, so the spot good at the 39-yard line. And looks like Mitchell Johnson-Martin's going to try to get this ahead for a first down, unless they're going to try to draw Holmen off sides here. Crowd starts to get into it big time here. They're stacking the line of the Vikings and try to draw them off, and they did. Oh, what a smart play. We said that was what they were going to do, and it's exactly what they were trying to do. And the sideline for Holmen is absolutely livid.
Yeah, you practice that early in the summer before you hit the football field in the fall, and I don't know how many times when I played, I'm sure you did too, Rick, but you go through that scenario over and over and over again, and in such a clutch situation, something like that happens, and it just breaks the heart of your coach.
You want to get in there first to make the tackle, but I just thought it seemed so set up from where they were to be a play to draw you off sides, and it's exactly what the efforts got. The Central Red Raiders 1st and 10.
I thought Dan Marino was out there.
Yeah, 46-yard line. Gale was in motion. It's Murphy up the middle for 4.
Yeah, Murphy was just a step away of breaking another one, Rick. He almost broke that tackle. If he did, he would have been going to pay dirt.
So ball right at midfield. 8:13 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Central up 7-0. Lamont Murphy's 42-yard touchdown run, and they have the football. Trying to get into Holmen territory. The Vikings are on their heels right now. Johnson Martin taking his time with the call. And it's going to be Murphy. He ran into his own blocker, which slowed him down, or he would have picked up a first down, tackled from behind there. And Noah Risch with the stop. 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, good job by Risch to come back and not give up on the play right there, as Murphy lost his footing running into his guard that time, and Risch coming to clean it up, or else probably would have been another first down for Central.
So ball at the 46-yard line. 3rd down and 2 yards to pick up here for the Central offense. Chewing up the clock. Johnson Martin looking downfield. He throws it, and it's almost intercepted. Having his hands on it there for the Vikings was Ross Kinderman, but he couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, and, you know, really, if I'm Central right now, that's probably the only time tonight that I said, why would you throw it in that situation? You're doing such a good job eating the clock up and running the football right now. That could have been disastrous.
It was almost intercepted, but a bullet dodged, but it is 4th down and 2, and it looks like the punting unit on for Central as Thornton is lined up as the punter back at the 41. They look for a good snap, motion to the near side. Snap is good. Here's the kick. Low kick. Bounces. Martinez lets it bounce at the 16, and it's going to take a great Central roll down to the 2. Oh, my. You can't do it much better than that, Scotty.
Yeah, everything going Central's way for the most part tonight, and that time Martinez thought about taking it, smartly gets away, and just taking that nice little roll for the Red Raiders. And now Tyler Anderson and the offense of the Holmen Vikings, who haven't been overly consistent tonight, have a long way to march with 6:51 left.
Down 7-0. A huge drive will be needed here. Will they look back at this one in Holmen High School football history and call it the drive? It could be. But they're up against their own end zone, and a safety could happen here as well. And that's what the Red Raiders are going to be looking for. Anderson under center. And he will take it forward across the 5 to the 7-yard line. Tackle made by Ben Thornton.
Now, Central tonight, one thing that they do very well, and they've scouted Holmen very well, is they don't really over-pursue their gap responsibilities. I know I've brought it up a couple of times, but that tackle again by Thornton just proves it. They know they're going to run that little quarterback rush, or they're going to fake a toss and maybe run to the outside with it, and they're just staying at home.
Here again, Anderson in the pocket, throws it downfield, has Martinez right in his hands. Oh, he's going to go all the way. No one's going to catch him from behind. He takes it to the house. 93 yards for the touchdown score. And big play, Dylan Martinez does it again.
Tiana called that one. She said Martinez would have one in this half, and I tell you what, somewhere Al Davis in his cryogenically frozen head is saying, speed kills.
Wow, you talk about big. That's about as big as it gets, and for the Central faithful, that's just what you didn't want to see, because they were pinned up at their 2-yard line, get a 5-yard pickup, and then 93 yards, a perfect pass from Tyler Anderson.
That's been set up tonight by Holmen all night, Rick. They just haven't been able to
Kick
convert.
is no good. The extra point is no good. So they trail 7-6, and extra point so important with 6:08 left here in the fourth quarter. It's level 2 D2 high school football playoffs on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details. I just changed banks. Have you ever considered switching?
No, I don't need to switch. I just got them to lower my monthly service fee to $8.
Service fee? My bank doesn't charge service fees.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. No monthly service fee, plus you can get cash or extra savings and refunds on ATM charges. Try Kasasa.com. K-A-S-A-S-A.
Kasasa, now at Coulee Bank. Member FDIC.
Wow, you talk about a roller coaster, Scotty. The Holmen faithful riding high after a 93-yard touchdown, but it's just a simple thing to get it between the uprights from that distance, but sometimes not that easy, and it goes wide, and now it's a 7-6 football game. So Holmen kicking off, and boy, I tell you, what a turn of events there with that extra point.
It is, but there's still a lot of time in this one, Rick, and you can see how fast the Holmen Viking offense can strike.
Low bouncer. Going to come to the 15-yard line, taken by Thornton to the near side. He'll cut in between two tacklers, still on his feet. He'll get up to the 40, and down the sideline, a flag thrown at midfield as he made it across the 50. And I think that's going to come back a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be a clipping call on number 61 for the Central Red Raiders, and that's Jeremy Morris.
So special teams going the opposite direction here for both teams. Missed extra point by Holmen after the 93-yard touchdown run by, or I should say reception by Dylan Martinez. The pass was a beautiful pass that went about 25 yards right into the hands of Martinez, but then the extra point missed. And now a penalty on the return by the Red Raiders.
Logan now up 21-13 with 8 minutes left over Reedsburg. And no other updates that I can see. Nothing from Black River, nothing from Arcadia. We'll keep you posted here on CRSN.
8-point lead, is that for Logan?
Yep, and they have the ball back right now too.
All right, so the Logan Rangers getting the job done up there in Reedsburg. It's not over yet. Central Red Raiders here with a 7-6 lead, 5:58 left in the fourth quarter. Mitchell Johnson Martin, the quarterback, sends Gale in motion. Give is up the middle, and a pickup of 3 by Lamont Murphy. Who has a 42-yard touchdown run. That's the Central touchdown. Happened in the third quarter with 5:59 left.
Yeah, the two big playmakers for both teams getting scores tonight, and that's the time in these playoffs and any level of football that you know that the big players have to step up, and both Martinez and Murphy having some big plays here tonight. Now Central with the ball. We'll see if they can answer the big touchdown by Holmen.
3-yard pickup by Lamont Murphy on the last play. Second down, 7 yards to go. Johnson Martin takes his time under center, and it looks like he took too much.
Yep.
And they'll back it up 5 yards.
Yeah, Central right now, you know, this is what we talked about with the Red Raiders. They get into a flow, and then all of a sudden there's like a self-destruct button that goes off. It's either a turnover or penalties, and right now Central got to get their head back into this ball game. Holmen with that quick strike may have thrown them off their mojo just a little bit, but again, that missed extra point for Holmen, that is huge.
You see Shockey and Hauser trying to get the Holmen fans to make as much noise as possible. The student cheering section obliging his request.
I would do whatever 74 told me to do.
Here's Johnson Martin. Ooh, he almost got head tackled there by Hauser and then driven down as Shockey makes yet another stop at the 30-yard line. And I think Johnson Martin's telling the officials, hey, I got grabbed from behind in the face.
I know Tony Service is. You can see him down there kind of chirping a little bit at the line judge down there.
So nice defensive play, but a couple of question marks there from the Red Raiders offense. And there they go again, trying to get the Holmen faithful pumped up. 4:41 and counting. Third down and 12 yards to go here. Gale in motion again, fakes the pitch. There's Johnson Martin looking downfield, and it's knocked away. Wise play by Thornton, who I believe was the deep receiver, as it was a pass thrown right to the Holmen defense.
Yeah, good play call again by the Holmen defense, having Magnuson over the top, and that time almost an interception for the Holmen Vikings, and Mitchell Johnson trying to force a pass. You know, we talked about Anderson trying. That time Johnson Martin trying to force a pass down the field that wasn't even close to being there.
Wow, I don't understand that call necessarily. To
Nope.
go downfield in the danger zone. There are two Holmen defenders in the area. So it's a punting situation. Ben Thornton set to receive the snap. It's a good one. And up and line drive. Received there by the Vikings and driven back to the 44-yard line.
Seth Wilson, the freshman, number 6.
Yeah, Wilson's not on our old roster there, but he got quite a few carries towards the later portion of the season.
Yes, he has, and he's made an impact here with that running back rotation for the Holmen Vikings. And you talk about having more weapons in the stable. You know, Steve King's got a plethora of backs that he can use at his disposal.
So Wilson with the return. Decent field position here after the punt return to the 44-yard line. 4:11 left here in the fourth quarter. Pitch there by Anderson and nowhere to go to the outside. Good defensive stop there The Red Raiders, Hayden Halverson, who's back in the lineup here in this one.
What a story he is to make it back and play right now, Rick.
2-yard loss on the play with a tackle by Halverson. 2nd down and 12. Clock continuing to roll. Holmen trailing 7-6. An epic battle, the second one between these two teams. One of them will advance to level 3 playoffs next week. Anderson, quarterback keeper, still on his feet, then brought down from behind at the 47-yard line. Gets forward for 5.
Yeah, pretty good run that time by Anderson to make this 3rd down a little bit more manageable. Going behind the big bodies.
3rd down and 7, and it's pretty much a go-for-it situation here, I think, if you don't come up with the 1st down on this play. And now the Central faithful pumped up for the big stop. Anderson, the shift in the line from the far side, bringing Rooney in closer. And a timeout going to be taken by Tyler Anderson. 7-6, Central leading Holmen, 2:54 left in the 4th quarter. WIAA D2 Level 2 playoffs on CRSN.
Ever think that you could do what these guys are doing right now on CRSN? Ever dreamed about having a career in sports broadcasting? There are good jobs right now for play-by-play announcers, sportscasters, and sports directors at great radio stations all over the country. At Radio 1 Broadcast School in La Crosse, you can get trained and ready for your new radio job. Get on our website, radio1school.com. That's radio1school.com.
And I'd say it's about as fitting a music as you would want if you're a Holmen fan right now, because you're hoping that the spirit of Rudy is somehow going to help the Holmen Vikings downfield with just 2:54 left. If you're a Central Red Raider fan, you're thinking defense, use the power of Rudy and shut down the Vikings. But regardless, we've got a barn burner here with 2:54 left. 3rd down and 7. Anderson going to throw. Downfield, Rooney open to the 35 and then knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Man, Rooney made Clay Gale look like he was just a guy on the freshman scout team right there after that one. He ran him over, and what a play by Anderson, extending the play. You talk about quarterbacks that are mobile nowadays being able to use their feet to extend the play. He waited for Rooney to break off on that route, and a perfect pass by Tyler Anderson.
When you need big plays, you go to big guys, and Greg Rooney was that guy right then and there. Tight packed line here, a taker by Anderson, getting forward for another 7 yards as he found space. The big line for Holmen starting to make it.
2 score updates. Ellsworth up 31-20 over Black River Falls now. It's now 21-15. Logan Reedsburg just got a safety on Logan.
Keeping an eye on that one here on CRSN. 2nd down and 3 for the Vikings. Clock at 2:20 and counting. Holmen taking their time back to the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a false start. You can see the flags come. And that's exactly what it is. Going to back up the Vikings 5 yards there. And so shooting themselves in the foot there. It'll be 2nd down and 8 now.
I believe it was the sophomore Ryan Hesselberg that jumped a little early that time.
Nice, cool, crisp air. You can smell people got their fires going or burning leaves outside. You can smell it coming through the windows.
I was hoping it was brats.
That's not brats. But I know you're always thinking about sausage. Here's Anderson in the pocket. Right over the middle, completes it. And close to a touchdown is Magnuson. Driven down at the 3-yard line. No flags on the field.
Tyler Anderson is playing huge in the right moment, and really what he's doing is reading the defense. He's just taking what's being given to him right now, and that was a great pass up the seam. You talk about those seam routes, Rick, they're deceptive, especially in cover 2, which Central ran that time, and I tell you, that was a great throw.
Clock under 2 minutes left. 7-6 Central lead, but it's Noah Risch time. Ball is spotted at the 3-yard line. Give to Risch, dives into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Noah Risch from 3 yards out. 1:47 left here in regulation, and the Holmen Vikings are up 12-7.
I think you go for 2 here if you're Holmen as well. I don't think you kick the extra point. And they're going to take a timeout and discuss it right now.
We'll take 30 as well. We've got a great finish here for you. Stick around. High school football playoffs on CRSN.
G&K Services offers you a uniquely different choice in the uniform service industry. They are deeply committed to delivering uniform service excellence. True experience with over 100 years of serving the needs of companies like yours. Yet they are only as good as the service they deliver you today.
I worked with Dean to find the perfect jackets, polos, t-shirts, and hats to make the Coulee Region Sports Network's brand really stand out. G&K Services selection is unmatched.
At G&K Services, they provide a reflection of your brand, and that's serious business. Online at gkservices.com.
Can you dig it? Oh, it doesn't get much better than this, Scotty, as we've got a thriller with teams exchanging points, but it's been Holmen here in the fourth quarter with 2 touchdowns, and they're going to go for 2 here.
Look who's in the backfield.
I formation. Hunter Hauser has got the fridge mode going right now as he's set up as the tailback in the I, and it's given to the big fella, and he rumbles into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. Hunter Hauser with a 2-point conversion, 14-7 with 1:47 left. Coach King, that was Ditka of you.
Wow, you have the fridge, you got the freezer. That right there, I tell you what, that was just a great play call at the right time by the Holmen Vikings. Steve King throwing that little wrinkle in at the last moment.
Oh, so Ditka of you, Mr. King. Great job. Hunter Hauser, who was one of the reasons why this team's got more pumped up in the fourth quarter, trying to bring the fans into it. There's no doubt he's a leader out there along with Noah Risch on defense, and boy, that was big. So now the defense is going to be the thing that's going to have to hold the Central Red Raiders with 1:47 left. Probably going to go with a squib kick here is my guess. You don't want to give the big deep return, at least that would be my thought.
Yeah, and really it's see what how the coaches play their hand that they got there, Rick, what kind of cards they got left in the little deck. And I tell you, I think if I were to be a betting man right here, I would say that Holmen's secondary is going to step up in this situation. That's just my gut feeling at this point. But, you know, Central's done a pretty good job in moments. They just can't let the breakdown happen. They have to stay mentally composed and really keep the penalties and miscues to a minimum, as that's hurt them in this quarter.
I don't see a seat in the house right now. It's packed here right now. Low line drive kick bounces off the receiver. Now picked up here by Murphy at the 23. Murphy gets knocked down at the 26-yard line. That's where things will start. Murphy rolls to his back quickly, pulls his helmet off, and he is writhing in pain.
That's a huge loss for Central if he's hurt.
Oh, boy, you talk about the last thing you'd want to see.
What a hit by Chuck Saraskis.
Oh, man, did he pop him at the 26-yard line, and Lamont Murphy is down, and players will take a knee.
Yeah, you hate to see that. And Murphy's had such a great year for Central. 1,500 yards, like you said, Rick, over 20 touchdowns. And in this situation, he's got a 42-yarder tonight, and to have him out possibly with 1:40 left in this ball game, that is a huge loss.
Oh, that is a tragic loss right there. This kid has had an outstanding season, and what a horrible way to go out if this is as serious as it looks. He's now sitting up, as you can see on the camera, and being helped up. Loud applause from the fans with good reason. And he's limping, but it doesn't look as bad as what it first looked like when he was writhing in pain. So maybe things are easing up for him a little bit now.
Yeah, you hope it's not a lower body injury, especially with his kind of talent. That would be just huge for a player like that.
So he comes back to the sideline. They'll have to do it without Lamont Murphy, at least for right now.
There's viewers on CRSN that are wondering if Hunter Hauser is still running. I don't see him running. He's on the field.
He's out at nose tackle. And Shockey kind of creeps in too defensively. Snap was low. And Johnson Martin throws to the sideline, and that one's going to be too hard to hang on to as it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Clay Gale. So it will be 2nd down and 10 from the Central 27-yard line.
Yeah, Joey Singer got away with a huge hold on Hunter Hauser as he broke contain and was starting to chase Johnson, and I think he grabbed his forearm a little bit. I don't think the back judge saw it.
2 fourth-quarter touchdowns by the Holmen Vikings. 93-yard reception by Dylan Martinez and a 3-yard touchdown run by Noah Rich, set up by a Greg Rooney catch. Here's Johnson Martin. Hauser was after him. Now he'll be chased to the near sideline by Shockey, and it goes just wide as the incomplete pass at the near sideline. Oh, it was complete.
Yep.
So he did catch it. I wasn't sure if he was in bounds there, but they say complete pass, and it's the first catch of the day for Alex Hayden.
Yeah, good job by Hayden to come back to his quarterback that time. He saw he was in trouble, and you practice that all the time in practice. If you're a wide receiver or a tight end, if the quarterback's in trouble, you got to get back to him.
So I think they're going to bring the chains out to measure on that completion to Hayden. It's darn close.
And Hunter Hauser is a man possessed right now. He broke right through contain again. 2nd time in a row. Central's really going to have to do something about that because, Johnson really hasn't had a clean pocket for the last quarter and a half.
So again, catching up to speed. No scoring in the first half of this football game.
Be an inch short.
And then the 3rd quarter, Lamont Murphy broke one for 42 yards, and Brent capped it off with the extra point. But then it's 6:08 left in the 4th quarter. The Holmen Vikings go 93 yards on a perfect pass from Tyler Anderson to Dylan Martinez, but missed the extra point. So the score 7-6. Well, 1:47 left. Just 20 seconds ago, they drove the ball down the field, and Noah Risch punched it in from 3 yards out, and Hunter Hauser rumbled in from the tailback position, a la the fridge, for the 2-point conversion, made it 14-7. 3rd down and inches here for Central. Try to draw Holmen off sides. The line plunge is going to be darn close, depends on where they spot this.
Wow, that is going to be one of the closest measurements for a first down that I have seen all season.
You see who is carrying it. Lamont Murphy back out there on the field.
And that's big. So we've had the fridge, we've had the freezer. Do you call Hunter Hauser the safe then?
1:23 left here in the 4th quarter. 14-7 Holmen. First down there for Central. And back to pass. Johnson Martin looks downfield. He'll cut to the far sideline. He's going to take it himself. He'll get out across the 45 and get out of bounds at the 48-yard line, picking up another first down for the Central Red Raiders. You saw something they didn't call it.
Yeah, it was a great run by Johnson, but I tell you, the Central's offensive line right now is writing early Valentine's Day cards to the Holmen Viking defense. I tell you, number 22 on the blitz for Holmen that time, Zach Back, just got taken down like he was being held.
And he is back out there. And they're looking for some speed on the field. He's playing in the middle now.
Thought it was MMA training.
Instead of Hunter Hauser. They've got quickness out on the field now. Here's Johnson Martin throwing. And it goes off a receiver right to Thornton down to the 23. And how often do you see a play like that?
Wow.
It was thrown on target. The receiver was hit from behind. It popped right into the hands of Thornton, and he picks up the first down.
And I actually think that wasn't a design play per se, but I think they were going to try and run a little bit of a hook and ladder play with Thornton off that catch because he came at the perfect time. I think Hayden was going to pitch it to him if he had the opportunity, but it just went right into his hands. Talk about a lucky bounce.
I think that was Haberman who he threw to. Came off Haberman's hands and goes right to Thornton. Down to the 23. 1:03 left here in the 4th quarter. Holmen up 14-7. What a thriller we got here. Out of the shotgun. Johnson Martin. He'll be flushed. And Saraskis couldn't catch up with him. He dives forward to get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll need to get a play quickly here or call a timeout. And it looks like they will call a timeout. We'll do the same. 14-7. Holmen Vikings leading Central. WIAA Level 2 D2 football playoffs.
Family Vision Center on Mormon Coulee Road in La Crosse provides these simple tips to maintain healthy eyes and good vision. Eat healthy. Don't smoke. Get regular exercise. Wear sunglasses and get yearly eye examinations. See one of the doctors at Family Vision Center for a comprehensive eye examination. This will ensure your family can see clearly and comfortably while detecting any hidden conditions that may contribute to eye strain. Family Vision Center on Mormon Coulee Road in La Crosse, where the health of your eyes comes first. Visit online at wifamilyvisioncenter.com.
Rick and Scotty back at Roger Herring Stadium, Veterans Memorial Sports Complex on the campus of University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. It is a 2nd and 11 for the Central Red Raiders. Johnson Martin out of the shotgun after the timeout. And he'll pick that snap up off the ground. Rolling to his right. Completes the pass and knocked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. What a way by Clay Gale to hang on to that football, and a nice throw by Johnson Martin.
Yeah, great job by Johnson Martin to roll contain. And again, Hunter Hauser in there immediately. They cannot stop 74 up front, but even a better job by Johnson Martin to get outside. And again, good job by the receivers of Central to go to the quarterback when he's in trouble, and a great play.
1st and 10. The Central Red Raiders moving the football. Ball at the 13-yard line of Holmen. And this time Johnson Martin under center. And hit right after, but right up the middle, it's Murphy down to the 2. And here again, it's Lamont Murphy with a huge play. And the Red Raiders need to get back to the line of scrimmage quickly. I believe they're out of timeouts. Clock ticking to 32 seconds and counting. They line them up quickly. They'll try to plug the middle. Johnson Martin has to make this play happen quickly. He'll pitch it right. Here's a run by Thornton. He fumbled it into the end zone.
That's a touchback. I don't think that's a touchdown. It didn't cross the pylon. That's a touchback.
And he stopped. The touchback is going to shut the door on the Central Red Raiders opportunity here. A gallant effort. Thornton was popped by a helmet trying to get across the goal line, and the football came right out of his hands, back of the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, and Thornton trying to make a play at the pylon, and how many times have you seen it, Rick, where sometimes you extend that hand and the ball slips out, and the Holmen Vikings get a really, really big turnover here.
And Holmen will call a timeout. Tiana, if you could come back our direction here, and if you could pop on your microphone there. I know that you're trying to get a vantage point of this one, and you obviously saw what took place down there. Did you see what number popped that football out of Thornton's hands?
I did not, no.
It was a diving effort by Thornton, but I believe a helmet hit the football.
I think it was Magnuson that came up from his corner spot.
And it was one of those instances where everything happened at the same time. From my angle, it did look like he was over. And
before he lost the football?
Exactly. And I think it is their athletic director who was right on the line, and he said it was over, but just too close. Depends on your angle, where you were looking at it from.
Were you referring to Central's AD, Joe Barron?
Yes.
Okay, so Joe was right there watching it. So if there's an argument to be had, I'm sure it'll be discussed after the game is over.
Most definitely.
All right, so that's going to just be a sit-on type of situation here for the Holmen Vikings, as the clock with just 19 seconds left on it, and they'll sit on it and run the timeout. What a thriller we've had here.
That's going to be a call that's debated all week here in the local media, but I can tell you from my vantage point, that ball was out before it crossed the pylon.
The Holmen Vikings have advanced to the level 3 of the WIAA playoffs with a 14-7 win here at Roger Herring Stadium, Veterans Memorial Sports Complex. We're hoping that we can get a interview with Coach Steve King. I see him going through the handshakes there. Tiana, you'll want to get yourself poised to grab Coach King if he will make his way towards you. Also, you'll need to be closer to where our antenna is so we can get a good solid listening in of the coach. While they're shaking hands, let's take a quick 30-second break. We'll be back with your post-game show. This is Level 2 D2 Playoffs on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
Absolute Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is our absolute priority. What sets Absolute Comfort apart from the competition? Commitment to quality, prompt and friendly service. Our goal is to make sure you become an Absolute Comfort customer for life. Whatever work we complete, you'll know it's been done safely, up to code, and at a fair price. Our priority is that you feel absolutely comfortable in your home and business. Absolute Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning serves the greater La Crosse area in both residential and light commercial heating and air conditioning. Absolute Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, 608-385-3328. Visit us on Facebook or at AbsoluteComfortLaCrosse.com.
Rick and Scotty back with the postgame show. Holmen a winner, 14-7, 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns after Lamont Murphy ran one in 42 yards out in the third quarter to give the Central Red Raiders the lead. They added the extra point, and then 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns make the difference for the Holmen Vikings, and then a call towards the very end of the game that there'll be many discussions about here throughout the week as Ben Thornton dove into the end zone as a pitch to the near side of the field, and as he was diving in, the ball was knocked out of his hands, and the dispute is, was he across the goal line before it came out? And Scotty says no.
No, that ball was out, and you got to credit Holmen's defense. I think Chris Magnuson made a great play on the ball, and we talked about that secondary in the pregame, and I think they made maybe one of the biggest plays of the season. And, you know, honestly, Rick, that's a dangerous thing to do in that situation anyway. You had 2 downs left. Really, you really didn't need to do that. Just get back on the ball. You know, that's just a risky play by Thornton right there. And honestly, from my vantage point up here, that ball was out before it crossed the pylon.
It's a pretty good vantage point here from the stadium. There's no question about that. But obviously, the athletic director for Central High School, Joe Barron, thought he saw something differently. I wonder if Anthony Larson from Coulee Region Photography got a shot of that as it was happening.
That would be pretty sweet.
I saw he was talking to Tiana. He likes to talk quite a bit, that Anthony, but he's a good photographer. You can see some of his work right there at Coulee Region Adventures on his Facebook page.
Some more good news in the Coulee Region area as the Logan Rangers have advanced to level 3, beating Reedsburg 21-15 tonight.
So congratulations to them. That was no easy task going into Reedsburg and winning a football game. And let's see who they end up being matched up against.
Yeah, I don't have any other score updates other than Ellsworth 31, Black River Falls 26 in the fourth quarter, about 2 minutes left in that one. Westby got the doors blown off of them. 42-7 was the last score update there. Nothing from Arcadia yet, so wondering about the Raiders. Nothing from Brookwood or New Lisbon either tonight.
So there you go, some updates on scores. Tiana looking to try to grab Coach King before he makes his way to the locker room, and hopefully he will make his way over, and I know she's going to work to go get him.
So the Holmen Vikings will play Oshkosh North next week, 17-7 the final over DeForest, so the Vikings will travel to Oshkosh North for that one.
So off to Oshkosh it is, and my guess is they'll probably play that at the College Stadium, I would think.
Yeah, you would. I think so. We'll have to do some research on that here during the week to figure out where that is going to be played, what venue, but I tell you what, that's going to be a pretty good matchup next week, and 2 good defenses going at it with Oshkosh North and Holmen.
I don't know. Tiana is down there on the field, and obviously the local media all wanting to get coaching staff and players for the 10 o'clock news, which obviously they do a fine job of doing the highlights for you as they're out there covering as many games as they possibly can, whether it's on Channel 8 or Channel 19. Either way, XOW and KBT, the highlight features they do on Friday nights after football, I got to say it's the one time I tune in for sure.
Yeah, no question. Kind of get your perspective of what's going on in the Coulee region. You see some players kind of standing out in those highlights. You can kind of see who the stars are in some capacity around here. But what a game tonight, Rick. I tell you, just after that first half, wondering what was going to happen with the score being 0-0 and how many big plays in this one. I mean, really, at the end, the biggest play of them all is going to be debated all week long, but the stars came out tonight for both these squads.
14-7, the Holmen Vikings victorious here. And as Scotty said, that means that they advance and play Oshkosh North And there'll be discussions on time. Let's see if we've got Tiana. She's making her way with Coach King so that we can get that interview for you. So we'll keep it right here as they make their way here to the near sidelines.
Yeah, what great effort, though, by Central tonight. I have to give credit where credit's due. Their defense was ready for Holmen. There's no question about it. But, we talked about the miscues, and sometimes they kind of have that self-destruct button, Rick, and they had some costly penalties in that fourth quarter.
You're going to have to be a little bit closer here for us to pick up the microphone. You guys are going to have to get a little bit closer to us. And now I think we should be good. Now we can hear you just fine.
Well, I'm live on the field with Coach King. Great game. You started off slow. What were your thoughts going into the locker room at halftime?
Well, I mean, going in at halftime 0-0 against a pretty good offensive football team like Central is, I thought we were in good shape. And getting the ball to start the second half, I thought, well, we're going to make some adjustments and be able to attack them and give Central a lot of credit. They made some adjustments too and really didn't allow us to do much until that big play when we hit Martinez down the sideline there for that touchdown. So, you have to give Central credit. They took almost everything we wanted to do early in the game, the first 3 quarters for sure, away from us. We weren't patient enough in our offensive end. I think we were getting a little frustrated because we weren't making the big plays. And, it just ended up at the end where we were able to get some plays and come away with a W. So it's big for us.
Absolutely. I just want to say I called it at halftime. I said Martinez is going to break away and he's going to have a run. I called it. I'm just laying the field right there. But most definitely it's a big game and it's a conference rival. You had a lot on the line, but it was a clean game. It was a battle, to say the least, and you'll be advancing next week. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, we're extremely pleased to be advancing. That's one of our goals, take them one game at a time. And it's always tough to play a conference foe like Central, especially a quality conference foe like Central, anytime in the playoffs. So, we're very fortunate to come away with another W with them this year. The first one, we got a bunch of turnovers in the second half and kind of pulled away a little bit, but that was a tremendous game also. But, it's real gratifying for me, We're 2-0 right now, and that's all we're worried about is the playoffs, and we're going to work hard next week to be 3-0.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Coach, and best of luck as you continue completely undefeated, and they will continue their streak next week. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Tiana. Tiana Vanderheide down on the field there as we hear from Coach King, and obviously happy. A little concerned there in the first half, but he righted the ship and got it done. That's what teams that are 10-0 are going to do, is get it done in the clutch, and they waited to the very last moment, but they got it done and won 14-7.
Well, they were really setting up, that big pass play to Martinez all game long with that bunch formation. The thing was, the offensive line was really having a tough time containing Central's defensive line. But finally, when Anderson got some protection, could take a 3-step drop and just float it to Martinez, let the speed work, that really broke the game open and gave Holmen some confidence. But, man, hats off again. This Holmen Viking defense has so many playmakers. And honestly, Rick, I don't know what the score would have been if you don't have the type of talent that you have. How many times was Central in the red zone and couldn't put it in the end zone just because that defense would rise up and make a big play? I honestly feel like that this Holmen team has got a very good shot next week against Oshkosh North. It's going to be a very good game.
Oshkosh Bagosh will be trying to make arrangements to get on out there and cover that game here on the Coulee Region Sports Network. Hopefully they'll have some space for us and our
Arby's
cameras. They probably have good mood food for you, I'm sure, Scotty.
Yeah, we better check that
out. We're going to take one more quick break here and then come back to wrap things up from Veterans Memorial Sports Complex. This has been the WIAA Level 2 D2 playoffs. We'll be back with a final word here on CRSN.
Bud Light presents Music Mix of Lacrosse. We are Lacrosse's premier entertainment company for your wedding dance, celebrating our 25th year. Are you a bride or a groom-to-be in 2014? Music Mix of Lacrosse has the most experienced and best staff of DJs anywhere. On your wedding day, you can have a beautiful ceremony, excellent dinner. However, if you have a bad DJ, the end of the day is what your guests will remember. Let Music Mix of Lacrosse make your wedding dance a huge success. Book online at musicmixoflacrosse.com or call 608-782-MIXX. Music Mix of Lacrosse.
Bring the whole family to the next Coulee Region Chill hockey game for family fun at the fastest game in town. For game schedule and tickets, go to crchill.com. Home games played at the Onalaska Omni Center.
(14-7) the final tonight. The Holmen Vikings improved to 11-0 and advanced to level 3 of the WIAA playoffs, and they'll take on Oshkosh North. We'll get a date and time and all that. Just keep checking on the CRSN Facebook page. We'll have all the latest for you. And, of course, you can go to the website, too, Coulee Region Sports Network.webs.com to get the latest on what games we're covering, where we're going to be. I can tell you tomorrow morning at 9:45, going to have our first look at the Wisconsin Elite Hockey League, which will be the U16s doing battle, the Southwest team against North Central. And that, of course, getting us ready for high school hockey season, which we'll have on CRSN. High school basketball right around the corner, but we're not done with playoffs yet.
No, we're not.
Playoffs?
Yeah, no kidding. And that's going to be a big matchup next week. Oshkosh North and Holmen have two of the best defenses in the state. So, I mean, I tell you, that's just going to be two Titans clashing. And who knows, maybe it's going to be at the Titan Stadium in Oshkosh. We'll have to find that out.
That would be my guess. They probably want to put it in a big venue like they have here. For this football game.
I'm just worried about the Arby's. If there's an Arby's, I'm good. I'm going to find that out. That's going to be the first thing on my
Arby's
docket.
was one of our sponsors tonight, but I want to thank them, of course, because we're unable to do these without their help and their contribution supporting local athletics here in the Coulee region. Great job by Tiana Vanderheide tonight. Timmy Culp on camera. Scotty, probably the best color I think you've done in your color career, my friend.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
It was very well done. I thought you provided color the way you should, and thank you so much. Hopefully you can be with me again if we're able to get a spot over there in Oshkosh for next Friday or Saturday's game. We're not sure yet.
All right.
I know that the Coulee Region Chill play on Thursday night. We got the coaches show coming up then as well.
It'll be a busy week.
On Wednesday, and so football on Friday or Saturday, so we'll look forward to that. As I said, stay tuned to our Facebook page. If you haven't liked us already, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You'll get all the latest Coulee Region sports information. My name is Rick Franke. We thank you for joining us tonight on the Coulee Region Sports Network. Have a great night, everyone.
We hope you enjoyed the Coulee Region Sports Network High School Football Game of the Week. All of tonight's action has been presented by Coulee Bank. Bank with confidence. Jones Construction. Call Phil for an estimate on your home improvement project. 608-386-8292. Builders Flooring. Flooring experts so you don't have to be. Smokey's Bar and Grill in Holmen, home of the $3 Monster Mug. And Culligan of La Crosse. Better water, pure and simple. Playoff football on CRSN is also delivered in part by Thrive Health Center, helping men and women in the Coulee region achieve optimal health. Vision Therapy Academy, better vision, better future. Howie's on La Crosse, your ultimate sports viewing venue. Walmart of Onalaska, save money, live better. And Buffalo Wild Wings, Grill and Bar in Onalaska, wings, beer, sports. And by Radio 1 Broadcast School, online at radio1school.com. Cordell's Standard of Excellence, automotive repair and 24-hour towing, 608-526-9211. The Mob Stop, it's not Chicago style if it's not Vienna beef. Festival Foods in Holmen, great stuff for not a lot of money. State Farm Insurance, Carrie Bandel Agency of Onalaska. Lloyd's Speed Stop Pizza, grab a slice today. G&K Services, providing a reflection of your brand. That's serious business. Music Mix of La Crosse, entertainment specialists, 800-765-6499. Family Vision Center, where the health of your eyes comes first. And Absolute Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their absolute priority. This has been a CRSN Sports Presentation. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for the latest in Coulee Region sports information. Coulee Region Sports Network. Live, local, and anywhere you can get the World Wide Web. CRSN.